Hello, welcome to another episode of Loud Noises Podcast. We're a year old.
God,
We've been doing this for a fucking year. What the fuck? No one has any right doing this for a year, but we've fucking done it anyway for nearly a week, except for those times when I was sick. Sick in air quotes.
I would have put money on that we would have imploded by now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
In fact, if you've been with us for a long time, well done, mate.
I'm not sure if I'm impressed or disappointed.
A little bit of both.
But if you're first time joining us, welcome to the podcast. I am Badger. With me, of course, is Gareth.
Hello.
And Paul.
Hiya.
We are three people, for some reason, for a year, have been getting together to talk about new music and news and whatever the fuck in alternative music, whatever that may be. This week we're going to talk about new songs. I've already forgot.
1 year in!
One year in!
Professional as ever.
Yeah, smashing it. We're going to talk about new singles from Gouge Away, Blood Command, Body Count. That's what I meant the first time round. Also an EP split thing from Portrayal of Guilt and Slow Fire Pistol, as well as the new Ozzy Osbourne album, which is a naughty boy because he managed to get us to do 5 single reviews, even though our rule is only
That
2
don't count.
singles.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. So if you want to jump to that, there'll be timestamps in the description for each of those sections of singles, EP, and album. We've also got a new segment for this episode. It's the year anniversary. That's what we did it for.
So
it wasn't just for coincidence.
It took 1 year for me to bother contributing to this podcast and then showing up.
Yep. For 1 whole year, Gareth's done fuck all. A year and he's now committed. He's come with his own segment. It's going to be called...
Don't trust the internet.
And we're going to do that later on. That's going to be after the reviews and everything. I'll put a timestamp in for if you want to just jump right to that. But you probably won't, because you don't know what the fuck it is. Why invest in something you don't know what it is?
Invest. I put effort into this. Not much, but it still counts.
The most you've done in a year.
It's
Right?
it's
worth something.
It's definitely the first time we're doing it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even know what it is properly. But anyway, as always, 1 year in, we're going to do the news with Paul. Paul, do the news.
No, news is cancelled. I'm done.
Ah, damn it!
Finally.
No, go on. I'll give you some news. Just since it's a birthday treat and all, you know.
Thanks.
How do you feel about Ozzy Osbourne crying?
Always.
Great.
No more tears.
No more tears. No more tours. And yeah, true to form, there is no more tours in April. I think it was April. Anyway, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne has cancelled the No More Tours tour. God, he got some shit names for his tour. Yeah, basically this is his North American tour. So this is taken from lambgoat.com. They've confirmed that Ozzy Osbourne has cancelled his No More Tours 2 tour, which was supposed to kick off around, I think, April time. Basically recovering from his previous injuries and illness. He's having to go in for more therapy just to cover that. And unfortunately, it means he's going to be in Switzerland around April time, and the treatment's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's decided that instead of basically postponing the tour again, what he's doing is he's cancelling this current run. So everyone's getting a full refund, including all your fees. And the cool thing he said is that when he does finally feel right that he's ready and up for the tour, anyone who ordered a ticket previously, you will get you'll be first ones in line to purchase tickets for the new tour.
That's good, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then the problem is, like, say, for example, I mean, I don't know exactly how that'll work, but, like, if, for example, you got a standing ticket first time round, and you give that back in, and then next time you're first in queue, and then you get a seating ticket when you had a standing originally, kind of be a bit...
Yeah.
But obviously it depends on how you give a fuck.
That's the thing.
It's one of those.
Every part of him being able to do this, I find it's to be a good thing. Ozzy Osbourne has no business touring anyway.
No.
And the fact that they're able to turn around and go, no, you know what? We're not going to be a dick about this. Like, not up for it. Can't be doing it. Let's just cancel it outright and let people know where they stand.
Yeah. Okay. I feel they've been very cool about it in a way. My question is, I mean, Ozzy's not in the best of conditions, shall we say. And I kind of commend him for trying to tour properly, like consecutive dates across certain countries and whatever else. I just feel like, might it not be better if you just do like one big show? Because doing a whole tour, despite how rich you are, can still be quite like hard on you.
It's grueling, yeah.
Yeah, it's grueling touring. Just especially when you're like a certain age and you're not in the best condition. I just feel like maybe if you did like talking about younger bands who are doing shows, like for example, My Chemical Romance are doing like one-off shows in the
3
UK.
times in a row.
Yeah, but at least they're like they're like obviously like they're just staying in one city and just doing consecutive shows, or the original concept was like just one big show.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ozzy might be better just doing like one big show.
No, but what he needs to do is, when he is up and running, ready to go to Birmingham, fuck everyone else off, and do a residency for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then call it a day.
Yeah.
Perfect way to end it.
Yeah, perfect.
I think so.
Except Birmingham isn't really his residency anymore, is it?
It's not, but it should
that's
be,
where he's
shouldn't
from,
it?
So
If he's going to end his career anyway, it should be in Birmingham.
it has to be. Well, Black Sabbath did, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I'm up for like. I encourage like Ozzy to. Well, I think it's cool that he's trying to tour and whatever else. But maybe if you're not in the position to, like, if you keep struggling to do it and you have to keep cancelling, maybe look at alternatives.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what this is. It's basically like, obviously, he feels like he's up for touring. He's got a bit more therapy to get through, and it's just it happens to be that it won't finish in time.
Yeah, my concern is like because obviously he's still booked in for November of the UK tour.
Yeah.
Like, is that going to get postponed / cancelled again
In November?
Do you know what I
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. It's one of those, isn't it? I suppose you don't know. It's hard with health because you've got to take it seriously, but you can't keep cancelling repeatedly because obviously people are just going to get.
But he's Ozzy fucking Osbourne. If you really want to see him and you haven't seen him by now, just like, you'll get over it.
Yeah,
The guy's gone on. He's had a fucking hell of a life. If if he's not up for it, cool, that's fine, mate. Don't you worry. You've put your time in.
I think he's the only like big rock star. He's like literally the biggest probably metal star on the planet.
Yeah, I guess you'd sort of put it between like him and Lemmy, but now Lemmy's passed.
Exactly. But then like you think like say Metallica, for example, they don't do long tours. Like one thing when they did the UK, they did like 3 dates.
Yeah.
They'll do like 3 big dates in like certain like
stadiums and stuff. Whereas Ozzy's doing like a good solid run of the UK. You think you just do a couple of stadium days, and then he'd have a couple of days off, chill in a hotel or whatever, or in his mansion and wherever the fuck he's got in the UK. He's definitely probably got one, and then go to the next show and then go back to his mansion. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think
if this leads to getting rescheduled, cool. If it doesn't, that's also cool. I've got to a point now with Ozzy where I'm just like, just crack on with the rest of your life, not bothering to do anything for anyone else. Like,
I just hope that like the people who had tickets or who want to see Ozzy get to see him. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to. I feel bad for people who keep trying to see him and getting cancelled on something. It's annoying if your mate's cancelled for a beer. Never mind, your metal idol keeps cancelling you.
Yeah, for £100 ticket or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of a slap in the chops, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, as I say, like at this point, like how old is he? He's in his like late 70s. Like, if anyone deserves to just,
I think he might be early 70s.
I think he's like early 70s.
I'm pretty sure he's like 77.
I mean, Ozzy, like body wise, 105.
Oh yeah,
he might only be 60. We don't know.
Well, to be fair, I'm going to say those bats are keeping him young.
Oh yeah, those lovely bats.
He's just hooked on rabies.
He's 71.
Yeah, I thought
it was early 70s.
He's younger than my dad, and my dad never cancels any tours.
No.
Just saying.
Yeah. Granted, your dad doesn't do any tours, but
all right. Don't you assume my dad does? He doesn't.
He doesn't do any tours, does he?
I'll have you know, he's in an avant-garde jazz group.
He goes to Portugal on holiday. That's tired of a tour.
Yeah.
Shut up, Paul. Didn't
for now he does, but we'll get into that later.
Get well soon, Ozzy.
Yeah, get well soon, mate.
Yes. Let's hope you make it to 72.
Please. I like him.
Pretty please. Yeah. You were the good ones.
Yeah. Go on. Anyway, next.
Talking of good ones, I don't know, maybe. Segue, I don't know. Korn and Faith No More are announcing a summer tour across America.
Yes.
This is weird. So I think this is like I don't know if this is a follow-on or if it's...
This has got to be attached to it.
Yeah.
Part of it, yeah. But this is basically part of that, like, System of a Down thing we announced last week, I think it was, yeah?
We announced.
We breaking news.
We announced it because we're organising that System of a Down show.
Yeah. Because this podcasting malarkey pays so well.
Just rang Serge up. Yo, Serge! I got a show idea. Who the fuck are you? It's me, Badger from the Loud Noises podcast. All right, mate. And I've sorted it all out. What a day.
So you can
what a Tuesday that was.
Yeah, what a Tuesday. So you can thank us for this one as well. So yeah, it's Korn and Faith No More with various special guests across this run of dates. Some fucking good bands on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So
have to educate me on some of these.
yeah. Well, I say some of them. A couple of good ones. So you've got Darren Malakian and Scars on Broadway.
Is Darren Malakian in System of a Down?
Yeah. He's
Okay,
the
I
drummer.
don't know what they're called.
Oh, they're called Scars on Broadway.
Okay. No, but I didn't know. Darren Malakian sounds like a name I know, and I presume it's from System
That
of a
is
Down.
the guitarist of...
Oh, is that
System
one?
of
Is that the
Okay.
guitarist? All right.
Okay,
I thought it was the drummer for some reason.
I thought it was the drummer as well.
Yeah, never mind.
guitarist.
I know the drummer
And
is
he's the
working
lead
on something at the
singer
moment.
in Scars on Broadway.
Fair enough. Yeah,
The drummer
also-
might be in it as well, to be fair. I don't know.
Maybe it's just System of a
It
Down.
might be System of a Down without Sage, to be fair.
It's got some of the same letters in it.
That is correct. See.
Go
Moving
on.
on. Sorry, Paul, we're done
Paul
here.
waits for us to stop talking over him, and then we're like, "Come on,
He
Paul,
just waits for the idiots to shut up.
I've been waiting here for a while. Another year.
come on, your helmet, go on."
Yeah. So yeah, Scars of Broadway, Helmet, Spotlights, and 68.
Yay!
68.
Nothing against the others, but we like them.
We love them.
I like the fact that 68 got on this tour.
Yeah.
It's very good for them.
Mhm.
I'm very upset that
They get on some random fucking tours,
It's-
don't they?
Right. I love 68, but for some reason they keep touring with new metal bands, and I don't understand why.
Well,
Because he
they did
wants
the
to.
UK tour with A. They're not new metal,
Yeah.
but what are they?
Yeah, what are they? What are
nice.
A? But I mean, the last time the UK was at A UK,
Mhm.
but I think they did the POD tour
Mm-hmm.
or something, and then
Oh,
like
they did, didn't they?
in
Yeah.
America they did a cruise.
Oh,
in
wait,
America,
no, sorry.
and that
Was it
all new
POD
metal
or was
bands.
it Alien Ant Farm?
I think it was joint for them too.
Might be,
Whatever
yeah.
new metal tour happened in the last 10 years, it's all the same bands. Don't worry, it's all the same.
Yeah.
And
There's
there's
only
like a-
3 new metal bands.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And there's a cruise in America that was all new metal bands
Mhm.
and 68. So I don't know why they keep touring with new metal bands, but it's working for them, I guess.
Fuck it, yeah. I mean, money's in it. Get it in.
So, yeah. Weird lineup again, though, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a strange one. This again, like you say, Korn and Faith No More. I can see that. That's fine. Scars on Broadway again. Yeah, makes sense.
I don't understand.
Helmet. Okay. Bit more of a classic rock band, but yeah, well, metal band, but yeah, and then you Spotlights and 68. It's an
I suppose-
interesting selection, but yeah.
Yeah, I suppose maybe it's just like there's a bleed because they're all quite like Faith No More quite all over the shop, and Korn have a bit of stuff in them, and like every band has a little bit of a different thing where they could bleed through, and you can kind of very tediously link them together generally, but like when you put them like on the just name, you kind of think of them just as the bands they are. Like,
Yeah.
it's odd, isn't it? But
Yeah,
you I could
gonna
have the time, the patience. You're like, oh yeah, I can tie this together. Give me 5 hours and a lot of paper and caffeine, and I'll get it. I'll get
Well,
this to make sense.
It all ties together with it being like, I can't remember, it might have been when we were talking about the other big gig, the LA gig with System headlining, where it's like, it's a list of, don't get me wrong, relatively random bands in a way, but still within the alternative sort of rock genre at the very least.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Again,
not like a Blink-182 and a Lil
yeah,
Wayne
yeah,
situation.
Yeah.
And it's good that this is the sort of varied lineup I like to see.
Yeah.
Not a Blink Lil Wayne.
I suppose
This.
I suppose as I think I've said before, like in America, I don't think there's this much of a like divide in the genres like we have in the UK. Where
No.
like I keep my hardcore with my hardcore, and I keep my metal with metal, I keep my pop punk with my pop punk. In America, it's like that's on the radio. Fuck it, and it just all goes in a big pot.
Saying that though, if it does turn out the Clutch are supporting my cam, I'm going to be livid.
Yeah.
Really?
Not know
You're
what
not a fan of that?
about.
I like.
I like how you
Clutch.
managed to drop this.
I
piece
just
of
don't
news
want to
in.
watch that before my cam. That's not getting me in the mood.
It's not the band. Like, okay, I mean, do you want to feel what this? Because you just kind of like drop this sneaky news story, and that's not a news story. Do you want to expand
It's
on
something
what
I'm
this
quite
is?
intrigued about.
Yeah,
kind
so
of
I think it came up on Facebook where Clutch basically added an upcoming event, which was one of the My Chemical Romance UK shows.
Dublin date, I think.
Yeah.
It's weird that though.
And now it's gone.
Yeah, so no official announcement. So maybe they did it for a joke, or it is actually happening and they just announced it a bit early.
Yeah, they're not a very jokey band.
The thing is, like if it was any other, if it was any other band, I think I'd be like, oh really? But Clutch don't seem to be the kind of band that like are thirsty enough or up for the lols enough to do that.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's like I can't imagine Clutch supporting My Chem, especially on such a big show. It's weird. Unless the only way I think that'd work is if certain members of My Chemical Romance are big fans of Clutch and like who you'd want to support. Oh, Clutch, could we like Clutch?
Yeah.
Fuck everybody else. I want to want Clutch to play.
It's a nothing news story at the moment, but something I just found really intriguing. You just don't see that level of fuck up if it is a fuck up normally.
No. Yeah, especially with something as big as a My Chem tour. But yeah, anyway, go back to this thing. So the bands are split between the tour, so it's like half and half for this Korn thing. So I think for the first half, it's going to be Korn and Faith No More for the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then Scars on Broadway and Spotlights. So dates-wise, it's from the 7th of August until the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the 29th of August until the 17th of September, it is Helmet and 68 support.
Cool.
All in America.
All in America.
Mm.
And I just misread one of the towns, and I thought it said Burger Town.
I'm looking at the exact same one right now.
Yeah, 5th of September.
Burgertown.
I mean, it will forever be known as.
Burgertown.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not as good as, what was it? Bristow at Jiffy Lube Live.
Some great names. Some great names for venues.
Outstanding.
Can I just check? Does anyone know who Spotlights are? Because I don't.
No.
Okay, cool. I'll just make sure it wasn't me.
No. But I mean, we'll get into this in a minute as well with the next announcement. But yeah, I do like that the like some of these like big bands are like taking what in essence are kind of really quite small bands in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, 68 are quite small. I mean, I'd say like I presume Spotlights are small because I've not heard of them. But...
I mean, they're small on the poster, so I'm guessing so.
Just look at them as the same level as 68, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, again, we'll jump into the next news story because I think it kind of leads in right well. But yeah, so Slipknot have announced the. Oh no,
what the fuck's happening?
Sorry, I didn't show my side.
No one said next. No one said next.
Next.
What's happening? Okay. We're on to the next story.
Yeah, so Slipknot announced the first load of bands for Knotfest at Sea.
Sea, yes.
Yeah, so soggy moshes everywhere.
Salty moshes.
Yeah, so they announced the first bunch of bands. Actually, some really good bands on this one.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, so quickly run through, and then we can talk about it. We've got Anthrax, Behemoth, however you pronounce it, Devil Driver, Seven Dust, Skin Dread, Horror, Higher Power, Leisure Leads, and Sleep Token.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
I'd say a big shout out to Higher Power for jumping on this, I feel like.
I know, man.
Mad to see like a band from Leeds just dicking about on the sea with Slipknot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, again, going into the last news stories, like, it's awesome to see, like, again, like, Higher Power are great and, like, they're doing really well for themselves at the moment. Well, deservedly so. But it's like playing Knotfest at Sea is kind of like a step up from what I've seen them do so far.
Yeah.
And a cracking holiday, too.
Yeah. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Get your little camo shorts out. It'd be great. There's going to be so many goddamn camo shorts on this.
It's a sea of them, mate.
I get it.
Thank you.
You won't see it, though, because it's camo. Stop it. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I don't want to go anywhere near this tour, because I don't want to be on a boat for 4 days.
You're not getting on a boat.
But yeah, I mean, that lineup on itself is really fucking good.
I think it's a fucking cool lineup. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm still waiting for that UK announcement. Mm-hmm. If this was the UK announcement, it wouldn't be I don't know if it'd be enough to get me to go to the UK show. Just for me personally, there's not enough bands on there to justify the ticket, and that ticket's £100 nearly.
That's fine.
Yeah, and
whereas this,
Christ no.
I looked at this the other day because I was just curious, and a lot of the cheapest tickets have sold out, obviously. So the cheapest you can get right now is about £1,000.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say, though, which it was quite cool they pointed out on this poster, because that is the thing, it's a hefty amount of money, because it is like a fucking package holiday you're going on with bands.
Yeah.
But they have noted, like, a ton of things and, like, activities and other events are going on there, and they are making sure you get your money's worth, to be fair.
Yeah, there's stuff going on. I think it's cool, like, I think it's interesting, cool, like, so, like, there's a solo performance from Corey Taylor, so presumably doing a couple of his own songs and whatever else.
He does acoustic sets, doesn't he?
V-Man does some a bass clinic. The drummer Jay's doing a drum workshop, and then like the Clown's doing a tasting session for the whiskey they do, and then Mick does a sounding session by himself.
I know you're not allowed to talk to him, look at him, touch him.
You gotta think of like the Clown's drinking with people. Chloe's just so set. Mick, what are you gonna do?
What he does,
sign pieces of paper. I don't want to talk to anybody.
He just stands there in silence holding a knife, and you hold up a piece of paper, and he just stabs the paper for you, and then you walk away.
Just riffs at it.
But no, you also, one thing I was quite intrigued, I didn't know on here, is it literally has apparently 2 performances by Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking cool.
I mean, you're on the boat for, 5 days?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you only got one Slipknot set, you'd be a bit pissed off, I should imagine.
I would expect, to be fair, I would have only expected them
I've
to do
expected them to
one.
play every fucking day for $1,000. Yeah.
But I shit on a lot of these cruise things because I don't understand why everyone now wants to go to a gig on a boat. I still don't really get it. But seeing everything that's going on, I'm like, okay, I can see how you can start justifying the sort of price of these things.
Yeah. I think it's like, obviously, I mean, if you go on a normal cruise anyway, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and obviously on this poster, it says like 40 shows across 5 stages. And you've got all these bands, and there's more to be announced, and there's all this other stuff they're doing. So there's the solo performances and the clinics and all this shit. So I guess you could probably justify it. I wouldn't pay that much just because it's a lot of money for me.
Yeah.
It's all Misfits doing cruise. I'm disagreeing.
I fucking like, just say not fish at sea. If you want to throw some guest passes, some media passes, I'll come along and check your thing out. Just saying. Come.
Yeah, we only need 2 because I cannot be asked going to this.
Okay, right, just 2. That's it. You just saved it.
And to be fair, I get really bad seasickness.
Okay,
so...
I'll go now. Just one media pass, not first at sea. And to cover the other 2, because you're going to give us free anyway, I'll just take free food and free drink for the weekend. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we sorted that.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Call me. Not best at sea.
Yeah. If anyone's missed out on like this announcement already, so the dates are the 10th to the 14th of August. Across from, I think it's Barcelona to Naples in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking moshers at sea. Go for it.
Yeah, man. I'm interested to see. I'm hoping there's like a lot of documentation of this. I'm interested to see how.
There will be.
Yeah, like how it's laid out and how it works as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be interested to see how it is. But again, I don't want to pay $1,000 for that.
I want to see how either insane the pyro is because it's on a boat, or how chilled the pyro is.
Just flares.
Probably more fireworks, but less fire.
Yeah.
A lot of things shooting off the boat instead of contained flames on the boat.
I don't know. Maybe just one pyro. One small pyro. A match. It's fine.
Okay.
Next.
More tours. Again, more awesome supports. We've got the Parkway Drive tour.
Yeah.
So this is their North American tour from, bloody hell, tiny poster. Again, middle of August to
Sacramento in California, ending in Irving, Texas.
Yeah.
Starting 21st of August, ending 17th of September.
There you go. Nailed it. But yeah, I mean, this is another one of those tours where it's like the tour supports are the big deal here for me. So obviously Parkway Drive, they're like in a massive arena metal band now.
Yep.
Well deserved. They've been doing it for years. Their tour support for this is Hatebreed as main support.
Which I feel is the same as the UK, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But then they've also got Knocked Loose and Fit for a King.
Half. Fine.
Arf indeed, man.
I mean, it's no Venom Prison.
No.
If it was Hatebreed not losing Venom Prison.
Yeah. I'd be fuming. I think I'd go to London for that.
Yeah.
100%. But Fit for a King are fine, I suppose. Not for me, but they're all
That's fine. I mean, you don't have to like every band. And to be fair, they're opening, so you won't turn up at that point anyway.
Yeah.
True. That is true.
I have no issue with that band, but literally my mind can't look at this because it's the same layout poster for the European dates. And in my head, I'm just merging the two, and Venom Prison is just overlapping.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel, but like, I am happy that these things exist, but it's like, I think Parkway Drive would just become one of those bands that are like beyond my realm of like understanding. Like, I get the great, but it's just they're not for me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I do love that they are going back and like giving some smaller bands the chance to do some of these Ace tours.
Yeah.
Like Hatebreed, they've been like huge for years, but it's like bands like Not Loose who are just starting to pick up, and obviously Fit for a King as well. Like, I do love them. Like, it's nice to see like metal bands doing well and like actually paying it back or paying it forwards a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they're in this situation and they've obviously, or someone at least, is paying attention to what is sort of making moves and getting somewhere to the point where they're like, right, yeah, they had probably, I'm sure they had opportunities to take other bands, but instead they're taking these lesser known, but have done themselves a service to get them to a point where they can easily handle themselves on this sort of tour.
Yeah, like none of these bands have been like, oh, they've just like fucking walked onto the stage and like, like just stolen someone's spot. They've definitely earned their spots on there.
Yeah.
But it's just nice for like bands like Parkway to like take a look back and go like, give some of the bands that are doing well and like making a name for themselves the chance to actually play in like arenas, because this will be like a lot of these are arena dates. So I love it. I think it's ace. Won't be going to any of the dates really, because again, like I say, I think me and Parkway Drive kind of faded out after the second album. But
fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, it's one of these things that has like annoyed me a bit as a metal fan, is the kind of like closing the door behind you mentality.
Yeah.
That a lot of bands seem to have for a while.
Yeah,
just look at Slipknot's last tour.
Yeah.
Literally one support as a main behemoth and no one else.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they could give it to like we keep saying Venom Prison, but like
a
band like that, you give it to like a smaller, an up and coming band instead of like
easily done.
A band who's already established.
Not a thing now, apparently.
I think it's like I say like with this one, I think it's different. So the UK one is Hatebreed and Venom Prison, isn't it?
Yeah. It's something else as well, isn't it?
I think it's just them three.
Is it? Okay.
So like for that one, I was bowled over with that, and I was like really kind of appreciate for Power Drive because Hatebreed's fair enough. Hatebreed are established band. Everyone knows who fucking Hatebreed are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you can, I think you should. Well, probably people mostly doing that kind of circles anyway. So that kind of makes sense. And the fact they got Venom Prison on, who are just like an upcoming UK band. They've only dropped 2 albums, and they're still playing like smallish venues everywhere and blah blah blah. So like, that's fucking awesome. That's great. They're doing that for them. I think this lineup's a bit different because I feel Not Loose are quite heavily established as the hot band.
I think that last album literally
they've got like a lot of buzz
Yeah.
around it, so it's not like, and they're not like selling out arenas, like obviously they're not selling out arenas or anything like that, but they're still doing fucking well.
Yeah.
Like they're probably one of the hottest bands at the moment in that scene. And then Fit for a King have been around for a while and they're quite established, so it's not, I don't feel as much credit is due these bands as Venom Prison is, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, but that's the thing.
It's still cool that like,
if you
they're
compare
still
them,
small bands.
but if you compare them to like a Slipknot doing this tour, this is what I'm saying. Just like they're taking 3 bands out with them.
Yeah,
I think that's fucking enough just to be like, oh, good. Like that's still a thing. Like,
just to give you a heads up, like the UK side, it is Parkway, Hatebreed, Stick to Your Guns.
I was saying it
and,
was someone else.
Venom Prison.
Yeah, because they had a Stitch Guns later, didn't they, originally? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Well, at least, I mean, Stitch Guns again are a quite established hardcore band as well, but Venom Prison, and no slight against Venom Prison, their popularity or anything, but like, I feel they're not as well known as some of the other bands on these lineups.
Yeah.
I suppose Fit for a King might be the American equivalent of that, but I know who Fit for a King are.
Well, that's because you're Captain Niche.
Well, that's because I'm doing
what's going on?
Because I'm on the pulse of music with this podcast. That's what it is.
That's totally what it is.
No.
That's what it is. Who are Spotlight? I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I'd say if you, obviously, I think it's fucking cool. If this was, I mean, I'm a bit like you, Paul, like, Parkway Drive I'm kind of done with. Mm-hmm. Like, I used to fucking love them after, like, the first 3 albums for me, personally. Like, I really like those albums.
Yeah.
But, like, now they're kind of gone, like, arena metal. I'm kind of like, nah, I'm fine. Not watch this band again. But at the same time, Not Loose are fucking great. Hatebreed was a bit of fun to watch, and Parkway Drive, I assume, are fun to watch bands, so I'd fucking bob down to this if it was in my local town.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, cool tour, man.
Yeah. America gets a great tour. UK gets a great tour. Everyone gets a great tour.
Hey,
yeah. And
Australia.
It's not going to last for long.
Oh, segues.
Shitty segue.
I mean, I feel this bit of news doesn't apply to Parkway Drive.
And also, the shitty does not relate to your segue. It just relates to this shit.
I mean, it was a shit segue, but yeah, this shit. Yeah. The fuck, the UK government. What the fuck?
So, warning for anyone who's not from the UK, you're going to get a load of ranting about our shitty state.
Yeah.
And Brexit.
UK and, well, this is really going to affect UK and Europe. Mm-hmm. And it's probably going to start affecting some of the mid-range bands in the US as well, who want to come over here. I can guarantee that'll be probably practically zero after next year. But yeah, so the UK government has recently released their plans for the years ahead after Brexit happens. The big one, mainly they're just going to fuck everyone who's poor, but the big one that's affecting us and why we're talking about it on the podcast is because they are introducing travel visas for the creative industry. And it's basically going to murder off the independent music scene.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think it's I think it's like I saw like a bit of debate on this, like a very small debate. Obviously, there's some bands who can afford to do this, so I don't think it's about how. Obviously, about how popular a band is makes a difference. So, if you're quite a big established band, this should not probably affect you.
No,
because you've got the money in the back
but
and everything.
Bands who are slowly building a fan base and getting to a point where they can do these bigger tours.
Yeah, so
fuck you.
My first thought would jump to be like, so if you're like a behemoth, this probably won't affect you. Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
But
you'll do maybe one less tour a year.
But maybe a band like Blood Command, who we're going to talk about in a bit, this might affect them.
Yeah.
This is just like examples. Obviously, Blood Command are still quite a popular band, but the restrictions on this, the rules of this, I think it's just the fact that each person in the band has to have a fucking grand in their account.
It's insane.
I don't have a grand in my account.
No. You haven't run through. Did you want to run down the specifics?
The rules and stipulations of this bullshit.
So they're introducing the visas, or currently the plan is to introduce visas from January 2021.
Yeah.
And this will affect anybody wanting to come into the UK to work, basically. If you are I think it basically affects anyone who is a sports person or an entertainer. So in this case, it includes musicians. So you'll have to apply for a Tier 5 visa, which costs £244 per person. So that is, say, if you are in like a 4 or 5 piece band, that's going to be £1,000 per band at least.
Mm-hmm.
Each person in that band has to have £1,000 in savings, and that £1,000 has to be in your account for 90 days.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And then more often than not, you will also require a UK sponsor as well to say, yep, I sponsor this person to come into the UK and work. So in essence, you're going to have to get whoever is booking your tour to become your sponsor.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they have to pay for that right as well.
Well done, people who voted. You're definitely keeping Britain British because you're only going to be able to watch British bands.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, like, the entire music industry, especially like the grassroots, is built around like touring bands coming across here and like keeping our businesses alive.
Yeah.
In essence, like, I mean, oh god, I'm trying to put a coherent like answer to this together and like my coherent thoughts, but I'm just angry.
I was going to say, anger definitely gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You just want to... You go through a well thought out sentence and you just want to shout, fuck off, you fucking Tory cunts. But, you're trying to be nice and coherent and understanding to get a strong point across, but fuck the Tory cunts.
Yeah. It's just, and I get it, and, like, well, I don't get it. It's like, there's people at the moment who are pushing for a artist's visa.
Yeah.
Or a musician's visa, like passport, as it were. So you can get a waiver for these kind of things. I honestly don't see that happening because, again, like I say, the government doesn't really give two shits about poor people and their entertainment.
No.
I honestly see that in the next 2 to 3 years, this is probably going to start decimating our entertainment industry for music. There'll be a lot more grassroots venues closing down because there's no way they can afford to pay the fees to get bands over here. Because for a fact if a band has to apply for a visa, that's going on the fee that they charge.
It's going to have to be, isn't it, for a lot of them?
Yeah. This also affects UK bands going to Europe as well.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to apply for the same visas to go and play in Europe, whatever visa agreements they have.
Yep.
It also means that they're going to start reintroducing carnets to touring bands. Mm-hmm. For anyone who doesn't know what carnet is, it's basically you have to have an itemised itinerary of everything that you're taking with you.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Any merch that you are selling, you have to declare.
Sorry, I mean, I'm going to play the dumb idiot, which is fine because that's what I am.
Yeah.
So obviously, like right now, before Brexit and all this shit, so if you're an American band, a small American band who wants to come to the UK, is this not the same for that?
Yes, but that's why small American bands don't really come here.
So
and if they do, they basically lie and say they're going on holiday and then borrow gear here.
I feel like in the grand scale of things, it's fucking shit.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that because I think like now, like if you go out and you like love a small American band, which I feel like in the UK it's hard to find small American bands because they don't get the chance to come over here and whatever else.
Yeah.
Which is a shame in its own thing, but we've always had that. We've always had to just live with it. We're only going to be super bitter about this because we've had the opportunity to get to know these bands Like I think like one that would jump to mind like straight away might be like a band like Brutus or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I'm very glad I got to see them live twice last year because now I'm terrified that I won't ever get to see them again.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
so that-
it. That's from that end, and then from the other side with
these are
British
quite
fans is literally cutting the legs off a blooming British band where
Yeah.
they get to a certain point and then go, oh well, we're not quite there yet. Well, we could put this shit together to do a tour around Europe. So, all right,
it's
well,
like-
now what?
I mean,
First-hand
you could
experience, I can tell you, like, being able to tour Europe is what keeps most UK bands going.
yeah, I was going to say
The fact
Like-
that you can just basically pile all your shit in a van and go down the Channel Tunnel,
Yeah.
pop out in France, and then play some gigs without any worry is a godsend. Because, in essence, like, the amount of length you can get out of a band just touring the UK, it's maybe 1 to 2 years tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say I'd like going to like to play a bit of a whatever, but can I imagine if we get some American listeners to like stop being bitches?
Mhm.
But we've just had this for a while, and it just sucks for us that this has been taken away for us, and we're the people who didn't want this to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be whiny bitches. It's just we just think it's shit,
Yeah.
and especially when it's a load of really good bands, and like Paul says, for a UK band, if you can get your kind of your first step is to get into Europe and you get your foot in there and then you build up from that and then you get to go everywhere else.
The way I'd say it is like in comparison to like how Americans have it. Imagine if you had to have a visa to play in every separate state.
Yeah.
Because the UK is about is smaller than a state. And like, so if you had to get a visa to cross the border in every single state, you had to pay £1,000 to do that every single time you wanted to go on tour.
It's hard to break the world from Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
Or fucking Leeds.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, it is like it's almost impossible. Like again, we talked about it earlier with all these like smaller bands doing these massive tours across like Europe and the US and going off on like Knotfest at Sea. Like,
Yeah.
none of that is going to happen when all of your money's tied up in paying for visas.
Well, I think that's the thing we say. Like on the Knotfest for Sea, like obviously High Power from Leeds were playing that show. I don't know what situation that would be when they arranged it, but obviously after Brexit fully kicks in, how would that affect that happening for them? I mean, they're obviously getting to a point where they can play that, so it might be easier, but if Slipknot were kind of to put them on a smaller stage, it'd probably be next to impossible, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's a shame. It's one of those things. I don't like to try and get too bogged down in the political stuff, and
we're basically just talking about music and have fun. But it is. These things are serious things to think about, like because it is something that is going to affect music, and it's definitely going to affect the kind of bands that we find and get introduced to on this podcast and like in our community, and like see some of these bands live. Like I think last year alone, like some of the best bands we've seen live are like things like you say, like Brutus. Looking forward to seeing Blood Command at some point.
Yeah.
Petrol Girls. You've got who was the one I was just thinking of a second ago?
The British
Sharptooth.
some of them were not from Britain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, there's like tons of bands like again, and I think that's another thing. Like, what about these bands that are made up of like musicians in the UK and Europe?
Yeah,
like they're never going to be able to tour together.
I mean, I think I don't know. It's one of those things like we're kind of like maybe it's a bit of kind of like a pre-panic. Because it does look like on paper it's like, fuck, this is a mess. But then you don't know the situation of each band, and we're kind of making assumptions about certain things. So some bands might not have a problem with this. Like I say,
some bands won't, but like
but then
I can guarantee like 60% at least will definitely have issues.
Yeah.
Well, like
again,
I said,
I'm speaking from first-hand experience. Like I know that if this happened like 2-3 years ago when I was in a band still and touring, I would never have played Europe.
I think it's I think you've got to kind of like hope that the artists, record labels or booking agents or whatever the fuck, whoever's in charge of these kind of responsibilities will take this and kind of manage it the best way they can to cover this. But obviously for those bands that are independent who don't have that artist representation.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of the bands that we talk about are at a level where this will affect them, but their sort of touring life will still go on. It's just going to be more inconvenient and more not as cost effective. I follow loads of DIY punk bands and DIY punk labels who are worried as fuck.
Yeah,
this is literally like can completely ruin some of their bands.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, without getting too much, I was thinking everyone's fucking worried about it, unless you fucking voted for it, and now you probably just complain. You will complain.
And also, for the record, just like this, we're talking about this because obviously this thing that's happened within the Tory government affects, the topics that we talk about. Yeah. Feel free to just Google what else they're fucking up. This isn't the first thing that they've planned on destroying.
I mean, if you also, I don't want to isolate anyone. So if you think this is fine, feel free to tweet us at LoudNosePodUK and tell us why it's fine, and we'll go sure. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I will. I like having a Twitter.
You get your podcast
Paul,
and you can tell us why we're wrong.
If I tweet you back, you'll probably be like, okay, mate, don't worry about it. If Paul tweets you back, I'm not being held responsible for what Paul says. So
basically, if you tweet good things about this, you are fucked.
At the end of the day, hopefully, it's one of those things with political bullshit and the world the way it is and everything. Mm-hmm. You gotta just hope for the best, and I hope it doesn't fuck everything up too badly. Yeah. And I hope it doesn't hold bands back from the possibility of getting somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, just being pragmatic, I genuinely think this is going to have a very detrimental effect if this goes ahead. I hope that we have got a year before it's supposed to go into effect. So I'm hoping cooler heads prevail.
Get your fucking UK EU tours in now, kids.
No, well, I was going to say that I hope that the UK government actually put some kind of addendums in there to allow certain people to go off on tour.
Yeah.
And we can get some agreements. I think this is the hard Brexit stance, as it were. So if we just don't have any agreements in place, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping going forward we get some more agreements and we can come up with some some leeway to allow people to come and go a bit more freely. But yeah, as it stands, I'm not hopeful that this is going to be a good thing, and I genuinely do think it's going to have a lot of negative effects on the music industry.
Yeah. Well, let's hope for the best. I guess I don't know. I'll try and remain the optimist, and hopefully it'll be fine. But it's not been great so far. We'll see. I guess I don't know. Just trying. I suppose if you're in the UK, and this really does only apply for us in the UK and Europe and stuff. If you're in the UK right now, try and see all your favourite European bands while you can, while they're over here. And if you're in Europe and a UK band are touring, like Ithaca are touring in Europe shortly, go see them now, because God knows what's going to happen. Hopefully, all these bands will get to all these decent bands will get to a point where they can tour without hassle. But you don't know, so just go see the bands, regardless. That's
I think the takeaway from this is basically just go see live music when you can, as and when you can.
Yeah,
because you don't know how long it's going to be around.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that should be the flat running because the band might break up or whatever. So you never know, do you? So, cool. Right. No, not cool. But
cool. That's shit.
Yeah, and as I put at the end of last week, Doc, fuck the Tories.
Yeah. Fuck the Tories.
Not my wife, Tory. The Tory.
I mean, that's your job.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it is.
You don't have to. I'm not telling you what to do.
It's a contractual agreement now, isn't it? You're married.
Shit.
At least once a year.
Come on, at least once a year. On the anniversary of our wedding.
No, the anniversary of this podcast. You've got a busy night.
This has gone really weird. Anyway, moving on.
It's alright for you. I'm in the fucking house with them.
I'm logging off.
Anyway,
that's it for news. I'm done. I've had my eloquent rant.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for the news.
Oh, we've all had fun, haven't we?
We had some fun.
Oh, it was such a laugh.
Myself.
I'm very glad we decided this game thing at the end of the podcast. That's really good cheer, I hope.
Yeah. Or not.
Or what might cheer up in the meantime? Talk about some new music, shall we?
Shall we?
Shall we?
We shall.
Well, I make a sweet timestamp. 44 minutes. Oof, most of that was Paul ranting about Brexit.
Fuck the Tories!
Can't blame him. Anyway, so we're going to jump into new music. Obviously, we're going to start with the singles. Mm-hmm. So first off, we got a new song from Gouge Away.
Yes.
We've not talked much about these on the podcast before.
No, I was unaware of this band before.
I think the only time this is coming within the podcast is that they supported Refused and Thrice on the recent.
Oh, were they on that tour? Awesome.
Yeah, they were the main support for those two bands. I guess they were main support because it was a joint tour. Was it? Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, Gouge Away. Gouge Away dropped a new song called Consider, and I did consider it, and I added to the podcast docket. That's how that works. So I've never heard this band before, and the only thing I didn't know about this band is the fact they supported Refuse and Thrice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, automatically, I'm like, right, this is a band who's supported Refuse and Thrice. What would they sound like? They supported Refuse and Thrice. They could sound like anything. So I went in this with completely open mind, which is always the best way to go.
Yeah, totally.
I really enjoyed this. It's pretty much they sound like this. Reminded me of another band, and I can't think of what the band is. But the second band that reminded me of is like the way I'm going to describe it is like American Milk Teeth.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's like grungy sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah, that was
Like
my
new
big takeaway.
grunge.
It's got like a proper like 90s grunge feel to it, but with a modern tinge.
Yeah.
But no, I loved it. Yeah, as well. I was a really big fan of this one.
Yeah, I think it's like the thing is grunge started creeping back a couple of years ago, and I did not want it.
Hipsters,
At all. Did not care for it. I think every time I died at a tour, once did it on the anniversary, where they brought a couple of bands with them on a tour, and they were all grunge bands. I was like, I don't want this. It was like 2017 or something. I was like, I don't want grunge to come back. But this I'm on board with. Like Milk Tea, fucking, this sounds really good, and it's like makes me when I listen to this, like I want to go back and listen to grunge again, and I do, and I go, I don't want to listen to grunge ever again, and I go back to it and go, oh, this is really good. it just throws me in a wind circle. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is really good.
It takes all the best elements of like that kind of like old school feel to it, but
Brings it modern as well.
Yeah, it's got that modern modern tinge that just like, yeah, man, I am 100% on board with this one. As you say, I don't want to just keep saying Milk Teeth all the time, but it does have those kind of like old school Milk Teeth elements. It's got like some of the kind of like older, like I say, the more punkier grunge bands, like the Seattle style stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's got that Seattle vibe about it.
Yeah, it kind of like bits of it
From
kind of gave me
Orlando,
that kind of
Florida
like.
as well.
I don't want to just say like grunge equals Nirvana, but it kind of had that kind of like the punkier side of Nirvana, like so like the Incesticide and Bleach era stuff.
Yeah.
With just like a really like catchy hooks all the way through.
It's got that good. I think what I like about it is like it's got that grunge where it's like it's sad and grungy, but also still once you have a good dance sort of thing.
Yeah,
makes you want to move about, and you're kind of happy listening to it, but also still pissed off at the same time.
Yeah,
which is the correct way grunge should be. Not
yes,
sad.
Exactly.
So.
No, I completely agree. I fucking love the vocals on this. I like that sort of. I need to think of another word other than grungy. It's been said far too much.
Say
no, it is like
callous.
quite a clear but punky sort of cut through vocals, which I fucking really always enjoy. If I had any complaint, it's like the best possible complaint where I was really getting into it after like coming to the end of the track when. Basically, as soon as I was like, yes, you've got me, give me more. Oh, it's over. All right, well, let's do it again. And then it'll just keep building me up, and I'm like, that's done. All right. Okay, all right, go on.
It's a weird track because it's only like 3-something minutes long, so it's quite short. At one point, it sort of feels like it feels like a good length of time. Like it doesn't feel like it's short. It feels like it's a long song, but not dragging.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of like, oh, this is going on for the right amount of time. I feel like I've had a good listen.
I kind of wanted it to like
more.
Fucking explode at one point. I thought I wanted someone to go fucking mental in it, but it didn't. But that's not a bad thing. That just makes me go, okay, cool, give me more.
Especially, I think for me, like it's the first Gouge Away song I've heard. I'm definitely like thirsty to go and check out more of this band, and I'm very interested to see what else they bring
do any of us know sort of what previous releases they got? What can we go back and check out?
Nope. You guys chat and I can have a look.
Badger totally isn't Spotify right now.
What?
But no,
I've got loads of albums. What are you talking about? It's got 3 albums.
No, there's 2.
The last album was in 2018.
Yeah.
And they dropped a new song, looks like last year. And we completely missed it in October.
Yeah, well, you know.
What about podcasts we are?
Nobody's fucking perfect.
No, 2 albums, sorry. One was an audio tree session. Sorry. So 2 albums, 2018, Burnt Sugar, and 2016, Dies.
Sweet.
That's a great title for an album.
No, I'm looking forward to going back to that. Yeah, this was nothing but a good time. It's got a bit of everything that I fucking love and I want more. So, yeah. Nice little surprise. Time to do this one.
Yep, I'm on board with this, 100%. The thing is, this week's been an interesting mix, I think. And this is the first song I think I heard this week. I'm like 100% on board with it. I'd say go check this out goddamn right now. It's a cracking tune.
I'd agree, 100%. Yeah, goddamn right now. I loved it. Like, again, a band I keep seeing the name and I keep wanting to check out because I keep hearing good things. But so this is the first time I've actually sat down and listened to them, and I'm glad we have done because I'm definitely going to go back and go dig through what they've done before.
I agree.
Yay!
Again, it's that thing where I say, like, at the beginning of the thing is like, they supported, refused, and thrice, which means
Nothing.
They won't be. No, well, I mean, at the same time, I think that means they won't be bad.
No, yeah, true.
And also, it means that they won't sound anything like those bands and you don't know what to expect, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those. You'll be happy with it. Don't worry about it. Go listen to Gouge Away. It's great. Consider Gouge Away. Check it out.
For your consideration.
All right.
Moving on.
Cool. Moving on. Next song, we've got Blood Command dropped a new song.
Oh, yeah.
In a great crescendo because they got signed to a new record label. Hassle Records, yeah.
Same as, who was it? The Used on there. I think Dream Nails are on there.
They used on Hassle.
Think so, yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I think. No.
Think so.
Check that out, please.
Okay.
I know Hassle were a good record label. I just don't think they used on it. But
I think it is. I think I'm thinking, holy shit, the Used are on there.
Guess who's Googling?
yeah. So this is the new song from Blood Command called Saturday City. And if you've listened to the podcast before, if you're the first time, we reviewed the EP from Blood Command last year.
Mm-hmm.
Not Return of the Arsonist.
Yep.
Nailed it. Which was a fucking cracking EP. And it's completely fucking different from this song. I was not ready for this in any way, shape or form. I've listened to that EP and I fucking love that EP last year and like gone back to listen to some other Blood Command tracks. I'm like, yeah, I've got a good vibe of, oh yeah, so they are. I mean, now though.
I mean, yeah, they're bringing out their new album, so I guess so.
Right.
Sorry, still talking about the Used on Hassle.
Can I do my review?
Well, you asked me to Google it, so fuck you. I'm right, you're wrong. Shut up, move on.
All right. So we reviewed Return of the Arsonist, and I kind of had an idea of what, and obviously went back to listen to other Blood Command songs, and I had an idea of what Blood Command sound like in my head because I listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was not ready for this song because this is like a complete. I feel like it's quite a step away from this stuff.
Yeah.
It's got more of a, I suppose, poppy vibe to it. It's very like there's a small selection of bands in this kind of like world that go into this more poppy stuff, and I really like it.
Yeah, and it's not worlds away into the genre of pop. It's their own version of pop still, which is great. Like that. Like if you're gonna go a bit poppy, as long as they haven't lost themselves at all within that.
There's bits in it's like just like there's bits where you go, oh, that's very pop, isn't it? Like a woo woos and like the chorus is quite catchy, poppy and stuff. And there's like what I like about it is like so it's like when you get to like some punk bands or whatever who go pop, like a Fall Out Boy or a Green Day or whatever, and you just lose any sense of the guitars or any instrumental part, and you just kind of turn to like a modern mesh.
Also, read shit.
Yeah. But you can still hear everything clearly, and it's like it's very still guitar driven. It's very band driven. They just added another layer on top of it, and it sounds great. It's super catchy. As soon as I heard it, sent to my wife. It's like, you will like this, and she's like, I do like this. And I go, there you go then. Yeah. Cool. We'll see them next time we tour. Nice. So I'm happy. Generally, this is the kind of thing I will always enjoy. It's just like nice, easy, upbeat, happy punk music, pop punk, whatever pop stuff. I don't really know.
I don't know what they are.
As.
Yeah.
Because before I would have happily said Blood Command punk or rock punk.
Yeah.
I would say punk rock. I don't know what falls into punk rock, but rock punk maybe.
Oh, hardcore punk?
Not hardcore punk.
No.
I wouldn't call it straight up punk. I feel like it needs to be something punk.
I mean, I don't think it needs to be anything, but
it doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Tway, bitches. Who needs labels?
It's gender fluid.
Don't worry about it. This was not what I signed up for. I was not. I really enjoyed that last EP, and I've enjoyed it so much more from when we first reviewed it. Like I go back to that quite regularly. It's fucking fantastic.
It's the best EP of last year.
I can't remember the fucking name of the album before that, but I've proper fallen in love with this band. And I didn't sign up for this, but I'm down with this. Like this is a great little track. Like I really enjoyed this.
What I'm kind of happy with this is it's a kind of like random like poppier sort of punky sort of whatever track that I really like. Because when I'm in a bit of a shit mood or I want a happy track, like a bit more upbeat. This is the perfect thing for you to put on. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a great time. I am having a great time. But I think when you put this in with the rest of the catalogue, this is going to mix in. So like a nice mix of stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to like, you have like a nice spread of
Well,
different
the thing
tunes.
Is, if you listen
like
through their back
buffet.
catalogue, they have a pretty good sort of their own mix anyway. They come across as a very unique band, and when you do if you go back and listen to what they've done, they're not scared of sort of jumping around a bit and having a bit of fun. But this is definitely another little path they've taken. And they do it very well while still sounding 100% like Blood Command. I think that's so good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, I think this has kind of more of a dancey feel to it than some of their earlier stuff. But again, that just kind of leads into that popular side that you guys are talking about. But it is quintessentially a Blood Command song. Like, I don't think any other band could make a song like this. Like, they could make songs sound like this.
Yeah.
But only Blood Command can do it to this kind of level, I think. And yeah, I, again, with like you guys have said, like, I 100% love this song. It's different from pretty much everything we listened to this week. And it helps that a little bit, I think, that it stands out a bit more. But it's still, like, in its own right, it's still a fantastic track. And it does, I've said it countless times before, it does exactly what you want from a single and gets me excited for the next release.
I think, I think with this week, it's been a great week for singles. There's some weeks where like we get some singles that's very like jumpy chart, and that can really kind of set me like a bit kind of off kilter. Whereas this week's like a splatter of different types, but I don't feel like I've been thrown out by it. I've just enjoyed everything a bit, and everything's different in its own way. Yeah, and Blood Commando just like a band. I feel like every time they throw something at me, it's like it's Blood Command, but it's always different. Like kind of what you saying, like it's different. And I enjoy that. It's like they're not completely fucking over what they've done before or anything like that. Where they're like constantly just dicking about a bit with their sound, like just trying to try new things and whatever else. And there's no like limitations or expectations from them. It's like, we're doing this. You go, nice one, sounds great. Cheers, guys.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Yeah, like it's a band just like they're comfortable with the sound and happy mixing it up a little bit, and just playing with the formula and just doing something fun and interesting. And I think this is, as you guys say, like it fits perfectly well in their catalogue, but it stands out on its own. That again, as I've said, like I'm interested to see where they go from here. Is the rest of the record that they do going to be like this, or is this going to be and one of those like random standout tracks on it, or what? But yeah, again, like I say, it's done what it needs to do. It's got me interested to hear more stuff. And if it's anything like this, then yeah, I'm super on board.
I think before, like, so we did the EP last year. Like, I was like, when they announced they were going to do an album, I was fucking stoked. Like, that EP last year was so good. Yeah. I was like, I can't wait for this album. And I had an idea what it's going to sound like, then drop this. I'm like, now I'm super stoked.
Yeah, that EP did not gear you up in ready for what's going to come. Yeah. Which is great. Like, I wasn't expecting this.
I feel like this is a curveball from that last EP. So like I'm hoping like if the album sounds entirely like this, I'm like, that's cool. I'm happy with that. But if it's kind of like a mix of the last stuff and this, and it's like a complete like just a medley of different things, I fucking cannot.
That's going to be an absolute winner thing.
I cannot wait to hear it. Yeah. And if it's like that, I'm gonna say now, high contender. For album of the year. That's like if a band like this can just mix and mash and do complete things, and I think they can, and I think they will. I'm super excited. I can't wait to the next song they drop, and I can't wait to the album. Super stoked. I'd say go check this out, goddamn right now.
Oh, 100%.
Tune. Yeah. Absolute tune. This fucking week, man. Jesus,
I know, right?
Unrelenting. I mean, it's going to get sour.
Get hyped.
There's going to be a sour point in a minute, I can sense it. But we'll get into it.
No, we drop Iffy Clara.
Don't let us say it on the podcast. You don't let us say what we dropped.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't review Biffy Clara. What are you talking about? It's fine. If you like Biffy Clara, it's fine. Just nothing. We had nothing to say about it.
Said.
We did that other album that it's fine. Don't worry. Anyway,
that was lovely.
Go listen to Blood Command and Gouge Away. It's fine. Anyway, moving to the last single of the week before we jump onto the EP and the album. So the last single of the week is from Body Count.
I have a drink up because you laughing at it already.
It's like Body Count's a weird band. So if you don't know who Body Count are, Body Count's a hardcore.
Yeah, it's a hardcore band fronted by Ice-T.
Fronted by Ice-T. You know who Ice-T is, right?
He's the Ice motherfucking T.
Guy from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. For millennials, yes. Yeah, sure. Or whatever. What's the new generation called? I don't know what after millennials. No, boomers before.
No, now they're Generation Z.
whatever the new generation is.
The twats, you know them, the twats.
Before that, the other IT.
The ones who don't know Rage Against the Machine.
If you're of my age, you probably know IT. Yes, it's fine. So this is the new track from Body Count Feet, which is IT's other band, and it's called Bum Rush. So
I'm too childish to review this.
So first off, before we get into the actual song, it bothers me immensely. It's called Bum Rush, and I understand. I understand that Bum Rush is a general term for like a surge of force or whatever it means.
Yeah,
I understand that. My problem with it is it has the word bum in it
so much,
and also it's in that Wild Wild West song that still haunts my dreams. And the fact that he says it 1,000 times in this song. And the thing is, like, he uses it as like the main part. And the thing with like Body Count is a very kind of like standard hardcore band where the chorus or the main line of the song is repeated numerous times.
Yeah.
In a chanty way. So they try to chant repeatedly, Bum Rush, Bum Rush, Bum Rush. Like, I can't take it seriously.
When I first heard this,
there's very like serious matter behind this song.
I know, right. It totally is. We'll get into that. When I first heard this, I wasn't sure, like, whether I could actually...
If I just Paul just shake his head...
I know, I wasn't sure if I could properly review this, because I just realised I'm just too much of a fucking child.
Yeah.
It's just too funny hearing a man shout bum as much as you did. I can't do it. I'm too childish.
You guys disgust me.
I know. Sorry, Paul. Sorry, and everyone else. But moving past our childish stupidity...
The song's good.
The song's alright. I mean,
it's great.
It's got great.
Song.
It's generally
like, Ice-T sounds great. It's got a good groove to it. It's a fun ass hardcore song.
I feel like it's more like when my first I've heard like Body Count before. Like, I feel if you go back to early Body Count, it's a bit more pure hardcore in a way. And this, when at first listen, I feel this is more on the rappier side. So it's a bit more like rap metal, like hacktivisty sort of things on the first kind of lines. That's my first kind of thing when it jumped to. Only get into the song, there's like definite hardcore elements into it. Like, it gets more hardcore as it goes in. But like the first initial part's like, this is very hacktivisty kind of rap metal sort of thing. But then like you kind of get into it, it's like there's definite like hardcore riffs and parts in it and stuff, especially with the gang chanting vocals, whatever that line is.
We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. But yeah, like, it's one of those things like. It's just a good little hardcore tune, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not
honestly musically.
It's not exceptional, but it's cool. It's
musically
fun.
And vocally, I'm into this. This is nothing but a good time with, and because of the unfortunate title and me being a child, that did hinder it. But what he talks about in the song, other than when he keeps shouting bum, fucking great lyrics in there. Yeah. I love fucking Ice-T's voices there. Yeah. It's part like tongue in cheek and part like completely perfect.
It was literally one of the best days of my life when someone told me that IT did a hardcore.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
but this is great.
Go ahead, man.
No, that's it. It's great, but I'm sorry, I can't. I just struggle to get past hearing a man shout bum as much as you did. So I'm sorry.
I am also sorry.
That's totally fine.
I was like, when I was this first time, I was like, I felt stupid, like, no one's going to have this problem. And then Gareth like said, I've got opinions, like, I know what it is. We're both going to say the bomb thing.
Oh,
but no, the adult will speak. Go on, Paul.
Hello, I'm the adult. He said bum a lot, didn't he?
Bum!
No, right. I will put my hands up and say that I have never really given Body Count the time of day.
No.
I've always been one of those bands I've always just thought, oh, it's Ice-T just dabbling in rock music.
Oh, he don't dabble.
But no, it's like I genuinely love this song. I think it's amazing. I think it's ace. It's just a fun hardcore track, as you guys say. And yeah, I personally, because I'm an adult, have no problem with the title and him saying it repeatedly.
God.
Although now that I'm looking at it in front of me and hearing you guys talk about it, I am struggling a little bit.
You put it on next time you see bum.
How didn't know? Is it just an American thing that just bum?
They probably just don't know
because it's just like
it's Fanny over there, isn't it?
Yeah, the song's not called Fanny Rush. It's fine.
Oh please, can we do? I want an interview, right, where it's a British guy talking to Ice-T and just be like, "You do know you wrote a song where in America it's like you've called it Fanny Rush." I'm just saying.
That's a completely different song. That's a completely different song.
Yeah.
The thing that I feel bad is because we're kind of taking the piss off, but it's like there's like political meaning behind this song.
Of course, I like it. And this song is great for that. I'm trying to not talk about it, but yeah, like I completely agree with you, Paul. This is nothing but a fucking great, solid, fun hardcore track.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. It really is. Like,
I think I genuinely like. Again, like I say, without it like coming across as a bit condescending, because you can't be condescending. Oh, it's motherfucking tea. He's like, tea.
Yeah, right.
But like, I always put like Body Count as being like that kind of like fun little side thing that Ice-T used to do for a laugh. But he genuinely like this is a genuinely good band.
Yes,
and I honestly cannot wait for a new album. If it sounds anything like the rest, like if the rest of it sounds anything like this track, then I am 100% on board. This is like definitely one of those tracks that I could quite happily put on a playlist and go back to. And yeah, when the album comes out, I definitely want to check it out.
Yep, exactly the same.
I honestly think Ice-T is probably one of the most interesting like hardcore vocalists that I've listened to recently.
Yeah.
In just like an out and out hardcore band.
Yeah.
Like you get bands like Higher Power who like have interesting vocals and Turnstile and stuff like that. But they kind of like dabble more on like the outskirts of hardcore. Like this is just like someone doing an out and out hardcore album. It's just he's a perfect frontman for this kind of stuff. And yeah, I want more of it. Give it to me now.
For anyone, it might be yourselves, but also for anyone who hasn't looked much into Body Count or just know it as that weird thing that Ice-T does, but he's probably not that serious. Go on YouTube and type in Body Count doing a cover of Raining Blood.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, I've seen this,
I thought you were going to say the other thing.
Fucking brilliant.
I thought you were going to say the other cover, or the other rework.
Go on.
So they did Institutionalized.
Oh, yeah, but...
That's great. Institutionalized is so fun.
Yeah, just listen to Suicidal Tendencies do it.
But
they're both great. It's fine. Anyway, moving on. This song is fantastic.
Xbox. I'd say for a blog Body Count thing, I'd say listen to this. Goddamn right now, it's a good little fun hardcore tune with like some good like messages behind it. I think.
Yeah.
Bums.
It's just a good tune in general, but like I think also the things I like about. I think Body Count are a good hardcore band anyway. The fact that Ice-T's in it is a bonus.
It's a win, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, I'd say checked out. This is how I got into Body Count was listen to Institutionalized 2014.
It is
which
great.
is a Suicidal Tendencies cover. Yeah. It is a cover, but at the same time,
it's a cover where they change the lyrics.
Ice-T updates the lyrics to 2014, so it's more relevant. You'll kind of go, I get it. And also the fact that what I learned today was, I think the only band I know where they have a song that's not allowed on Spotify.
Wow.
Go find that yourself. I'm not going to talk about what it's about.
Okay.
Go look it up yourself.
Okay.
Also,
it's Abby.
Also, bum.
Yeah, and bum.
Bum.
Yeah.
Bum.
Actually, in generally, I think like I'd say for me personally, I'd say listen to it Goddamn right now because I fucking loved it.
I'd say Goddamn right now for multiple reasons.
Yeah. For like someone, for me, I would kind of I don't know if we ever really kind of divulge our rating system too much, but like when I say listen to Goddamn right now, I would give this to my friends. And I'd say, listen to Goddamn right to my mates. And I consider you the listener to my friends. Yeah. You're not, because you don't like me. Don't worry about it. I'm a terrible person. I'm a cunt.
No, I'd agree with that now. We're not literally telling everyone on Earth to listen to it. Some people, you just know that this means nothing to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something I'd recommend to people in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I think it's just a good, fun track.
Yeah, totally.
So if you I understand if you listen to this, think it's stupid, but I think it's good fun.
Yeah.
So I listen to Goddamn right now, and I say that to my friends. And they go, shut up, Badger. Yeah. Cheers, Badger.
This to us is so good we want to share it. That's what Goddamn right now is. I like this so much, I want you to like it too.
Literally, this is the first time. This is the first time in a month I've got to talk to my friends about music. Yeah. Because all they've done the last 2 months, actually since the year started, they talked about hip hop because a lot is happening in hip hop in the UK right now with tours and stuff. So I'm kind of like, I don't really listen to hip hop, so I'm just not going to say anything to you guys because I don't have anything to say.
You should listen to hip hop.
And so, because Ice-T's on this is my loose, so to go, hey guys, Ice-T, can I talk to you guys?
This is your in to your hip-hop friends.
And I got to speak to him today for the first time in 2 years. So that's my in. Anyway, yeah, all the singles this week, check them out. Fucking great week. This is probably the best week for singles in a long time.
Been pretty damn good.
We agreed on all of them as well.
We did,
which is a very rare treat.
Yeah.
Next. To put an end to that.
No.
Yeah. So we're going to jump into the EP of the week while I make a timestamp. 1 hour and 9 minutes. So this is the new Split EP from Portrayal of Guilt and Slow Fire Pistol. What a name. 2 tracks. The End of Man Will Bring the Peace to the Earth from Portrayal of Guilt and Hearts of Discernment
Discernment.
Thank you.
No worries.
Slow Fire Pistol. Since Paul added this to the playlist, I'll let you talk about it first, Paul.
No.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I genuinely let's start off with the negative opinions and we'll do the positive after.
Okay.
Have you got negative opinions?
I don't really have any negative opinions.
Do I have negative opinions?
Do you have any negative
I
opinions?
don't have negative opinions.
Okay, I'll start.
Fuck you, Paul. We actually like this. It was great.
Okay, just to explain a bit backstory, we've talked about Portrayal of Guilt on the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a big fan of previous releases.
I really liked that.
And you guys liked it. I know Paul really liked it.
Loved it.
Over time, and I think it's a combination of doing this podcast and listening to different things and
broadening your
horizons, being forced to listen to Portrayal of Guilt over and over again from Paul.
Hello.
Is I'm now kind of more open to it. So it's still not the kind of thing I enjoy. Like after this, I won't listen to this song probably by choice. But if it's on, I won't mind. It's like I won't ever go, oh, I need to hear that song. But all in all, it's a good tune. It's all right. It's just not my thing. I think it's got good elements. It's quite strong for what it is for that genre of music. That's my review.
Cool.
I don't really have anything to say because it's not my cup of tea.
The End of Man sounded like a violent nightmare, and I fucking loved every second of it. It's...
The title is very apt, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm always saying The End of Man, by the way. I'm not going to fucking read all of
it.
it.
The End of Man will bring peace to the earth. It's a fact.
Yeah. No, it's a song of two halves. They do both halves fucking perfectly. It's it's kind of perfect for within the genre. Like they absolutely nail it. The vocals on it, I was insanely impressed by. I feel like I bring up vocals all the time. I always go straight to vocals personally, probably because it's the only thing I can sort of relate to closer to than I'm not a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So I always sort of like latch on to like a good vocals. And these are, I just want him to perform this at all points and do music like this at all times. This is how I want to hear this music. It is fucking phenomenal. The second half is great, but it's that first opening, like, in your face velocity that I can't get enough of.
Yeah, I know. I'm 100% with you on that one. Like the initial, like, it's weird, like listening to it when you think it's like a few seconds, like, but the initial like introduction to this song like throws me because it starts off like, for anyone who knows the bands, it starts off like Canada Songs era Daughters.
Yeah,
like so their first album when they were like full on insanity, and then it just drops into like a black metal track.
Yeah,
out of nowhere. And then then his vocals kick in and they are like phenomenally on point. And then it just takes a massive left turn in the middle into like I'd say like almost like a more of a like a riffy Death Heaven-y based kind of sound.
Yeah.
And then it just like I've been a fan of everything we've heard from Portrayal of Guilt so far, but this like blows everything else they've done so far out of the water. And I am enjoying the fact that they just keep like sporadically releasing these 7 inches and stuff. And I'm looking forward to this like leading up to an album. But this song, man, it's this. I think for me personally, this is probably the best thing they've done so far.
I feel going forward, I've got this terrible feeling that Portrayal of Guilt are going to keep releasing songs a lot. I feel like they're one of the
bands... You have a terrible fear that the band that is ongoing is going to keep releasing new music.
It's the thing where like I feel like they're one of the bands we talk about the most against my choice. And I don't have a problem with the band, I just don't listen to them.
We haven't even listened that much.
I feel like we have. I feel like
haven't.
I feel like they've released a lot.
Like 3
more
songs.
than most bands. I feel like they've released a lot compared to other bands. But
they're staying with you. I think that's a good sign. They're really sticking with you.
I generally say, going forward, I refuse to review this band again. Because I don't think I'll have any other opinion. They're very good at what they do, and I appreciate what they do. I think that's very good. And I think if you're into this kind of music, definitely 100% check them out. But I'm not going to review this band anymore because I'm not going to have any other opinion on it.
For me, there's very few bands right now which are doing this kind of music as perfectly as this is. This is fucking spot on, mate, honestly.
It is very good. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's like if I was drunk at Slam Dunk and they were playing, I'd be going to Paul and going, I don't understand it. Explain it to
you'd be doing a Bad Religion.
I feel like I should like it, but I don't get it.
If you have to get an explanation about Bad Religion, I can't fucking help you.
It's
But no,
just
I
yeah,
100% love this song.
I completely agree. It's so good.
It is. It's like, as I say, it's like the best parts of all the extreme sides of metal that I like.
Yeah.
And it's so well produced. Like, everything is played to perfection. It mixes like some of my favourite sounds into one song. So yeah, if they keep releasing stuff like this, I am 100% on board. We don't have to review it, but I am always going to check it out.
I mean, you guys like it. We'll keep reviewing it. They're a good band. And obviously, if by the slimmest chance Portrayal of Guilt listens to this, don't fucking listen to me. Don't just listen to these two guys. They know more about it than I do. But before we kind of think, we've obviously got to talk about the second side of the EP, which is Curse the Split. So the second song is from Slow Fire Pistol, as you said, which is Hearts of
Discernment.
Thank you.
No worries.
I know you said it once already, but my brain already forgot it.
The better part was so basically
I gestured to the laptop.
Yeah, if anyone isn't aware, Paul is not in the room. Paul is currently in his lovely home in Leeds, and we Skype him. Badger pointed to the laptop. Paul can't see anything. He just pointed to the laptop, being like, "Help me!" And then just had to hope that Paul picked up on the note that, "Oh, me."
And from that, don't take any discredit for my next review. I really like this song. It's rare that you get a split EP. I feel like I can't remember a time when I've given a split and gone and liked another band. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you get like a split, like it's Cancer and whoever, or it's whatever band and whatever else, and you're gonna go, "Oh, this band's good. This band that did a split was good. I never would have checked this band out, but now I really like them. It's never happened before." But fucking Slow Fire Pistol, this song is fucking cracking. Absolutely brilliant. It's got that kind of, I don't even know what kind of fucking music you describe it as.
I personally, to me, I would describe this as it's when Screamo wasn't a dirty word.
I think it's a bit cleverer than Screamo, though.
No, but it's like back in the day when Screamo was clever. I'm talking like early 2000s underground stuff.
I'd say more like an evolved post-hardcore. Perhaps.
Yeah, well, that's what early Screamo was to me. It was like bands like Orchard and like the proper Orchard, and Plot to Blow Up the Eiffel Tower and things like that. Those kind of like early like underground bands that like kind of played around with the sound a bit more. They've kind of got like an early Thursday vibe to them as well, but being on like the heavier end of it. Yeah,
in elements, yeah.
And that's the kind of like I'm with you. Like I genuinely I love this as well. Like it wasn't so much as a shock to the system like the last Portrayal of Guilt split was. So the one that they did with Soft Kill.
Oh yeah,
where that was like more of just like a proper like shoegaze song. This one actually has like a lot more like technical and like angrier elements that kind of fit in a bit more with the band. Still a wildly different sound to them, but it's like so they do stand out really well together. But yeah, no, I think this one kind of like edges its way up a little bit due to like being a bit more in the genre. But no, I love this song as well. Like you say, I'm generally impressed by this. Again, a band I've never heard of before, so this split's done exactly what it's supposed to do and introduced me to a new band. And yeah, I am, like you say, definitely up for checking out these guys more.
Yeah, I think like what I realised about this song from Slow Fire Pistol is like I feel it's got a load of elements to it. So it's got like a very like the first part's like quite a standard song with like intro, scream vocals, blah blah blah. There's nice instrumental parts in the middle of it. Yeah, like some very solid instrumental parts. And it's just there's a lot going on, a lot to digest and enjoy about this song. And it kind of gets to the end. I fucking love the ending. It just goes fucking full belt, full fast as fuck, blasting it out. Like, yes, fucking have it. And you like stop and go, I want more of this. Oh, God damn it.
That's
fucking
what the repeat tune. Button's for.
Yeah, I know, right? I could listen to this all day. It's already made my fucking playlist. Fucking jamming this tune from Slow Fire Pistol all the time, and I will go and check this band out immediately after.
Yeah, I am surprised we haven't stumbled across these yet.
No,
I mean, well, I guess it's not that surprising.
I don't know, because I think like
not for us.
Portrayal of Guilt and I guess Slow Fire Pistol aren't the super big names.
No.
So I would never have Portrayal of Guilt if it wasn't for Paul, for example, because he brought him to the table last year. And this is like these obviously bands. It's like bubbling below the surface. Very good bands, very good, strong at what they do. But you'd have to find them. You're not going to stumble across them. It has to be through a friend or by chance.
Yeah, like I'm just looking. I'm going to say, sorry, I am looking them up at the moment. Again, we only use Spotify because we're scrubs, but
yeah,
they've only got like 6 singles on there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So going back to 2017, so only a few years old.
will
So
be
yeah,
digging
so it looks
through
like
all
this
those.
just like a slow burn release kind of thing for these guys. But yeah, give me more.
Yeah, I'm going to dig through all those fucking singles and whatever else I can find.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gareth?
Gareth, sorry.
No, I'm completely with you. The only thing that I would say is just because, he's, like we said, there has got that instrumental part in the middle. That, when I was listening to it, did outstay its welcome a bit for me. But that just comes, I guess, with my punk attention span where, like, yeah, cut that out, smash it together. Nice quick song, love it. But no, I completely agree. The ending fucking had me as well. That final build was spot on.
good.
And I felt exactly the same. It finished, went, aww.
One more of the smashy smash.
No, I agree with you guys. What the fuck's going on? Every single song we've been quite positive / agreeing on things.
It's unsettling, is what it is.
Are we okay?
No.
Don't worry, it won't last.
Sorry. I'll say the reason probably why I didn't find it was because it's a band from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And going off Facebook, because I'm a Facebook bitch, they've only got like 1,000 something likes on Facebook, so they're not the biggest band. So that's probably why you'd struggle to find them.
Did you have to do that just to make yourself feel better of why you haven't heard of them?
If you're a small band from America, kind of harking back to our Brexit rant, if you're a small band from America, you're unlikely to be heard of in the UK unless something like a release like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the exact purpose of this split, to expose the bands to new audiences. That's what splits are for.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Oh
Sometimes
the system works.
It's the only part that works. Sometimes.
Got 3 dickheads in Leeds and Manchester talking about them.
What are the 3 decades in Leeds, are they?
Well,
Are you doing another podcast?
Yes.
You slut. Anyway, I'd say, so this EP from Portrayal of Guilt, split EP from Portrayal of Guilt and Slow Fire Pistol, god damn it. I did so well.
One day, man.
Ages.
One day you'll do it.
This split EP from Portrayal of Guilt and Slow Fire Pistol.
Nope.
Shut up. It's cracking. I'm disregard like my not enjoyment of the genre that Portrayal got from. I think that's a great song for that genre. I'd say check this out, Goddamn Right Now as well.
Yeah, if we're smashing the two together, holy shit, Goddamn Right Now.
There's something. One of those bands will probably speak to you in some way.
As far as splits go, this is fucking fantastic. Yeah,
it's cracking. It's cracking.
Yeah.
I think, like we say, Paul. I completely forgot about it, but Paul mentioned the Portrayal of Guilt with what was the other band's Soft Kill.
Soft Kill. Yeah.
That was so fucking massively different, and I remember doing that EP split, and I was like, I get Portrayal of Guilt, and I don't really like him, but he's not in the same way. Everyone likes it, blah blah. It's fine. But I remember the Soft Kill one. We were like, oh, what the fuck is this? No one was ready for this, and we all struggled with it because it's just too different. Whereas this is 2 different bands, but they're not massively different. So I think there's something that'll probably appease anybody.
Yeah, they've got something they've got something that makes them unique in their own rights between each song, but like they fit really well together as like an A side and a B side. And yeah, like both songs are fantastic in their own right, and yeah, 100% worth checking out.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Faux shit.
Oh,
yes.
Shisms.
Okay.
Okay, babes.
That went really well.
I know. Yeah. So, that's it for the new EP. So we're going to move to the meat of the week, the new album of the week, which is The Prince of Darkness Returns, Ozzy Osbourne, the legend himself, the man who can't speak.
Ozzy.
So yeah, Ozzy Osbourne dropped his new album, Ordinary Man. As I might have mentioned at the top of the episode, this chap has managed to sneak 5 single reviews out of us by accident. I don't know how that happened, but he has.
Wait,
so,
did you say 5?
I think it's 1, 2.
I think it was 4,
3.
wasn't it?
Did
4?
Right.
Yeah, sorry, 4.
There's 3,
right? Okay,
and we did
3.
a Post Malone track.
Right, okay.
Right.
We'll get to that in a bit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I have issues with that.
So yeah, we'll speak.
There's a way this album should have ended.
Yeah, so let's put that to the end of this review.
Okay, fine.
So talk about the new album from Ozzy Osbourne in general. So, I myself, and I think we talked about this when we did the singles. Big Black Sabbath. I love Black Sabbath. Who doesn't, right?
Of course.
Founders of metal, obviously. And Ozzy Osbourne has done a solo career for a long time, and I've never really gone to his albums and dipped into anything else. So I know all the singles, like Howl at the Moon, all that. Back of the Moon, let's fucking go.
I know them all, like Howl at the Moon.
Let's go. That one about the moon.
Only the one single.
That one about the Crazy Train and all that. I know them. Yeah? And I kind of know what Ozzy Osbourne does. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
This.
Yes.
That's what this is. It's just Ozzy. And I generally think this is... I generally really liked it, though. I really liked this album, and I think when we did this single, I was like, I'm looking forward to hearing this. All in all, I'm generally really happy with this album. There is some weak points. I think, like, Straight to Hell, which is the first track, is a good start. It starts off with, all right now, when you're like, that's Ozzy.
When we did the singles, you were quite... You favoured that one.
I was phased, but in an album process.
So also, somehow, when we did the single, you didn't realise he said defecate during it.
Yeah. I was going to bring this up.
Yeah, now you do remember. Like, that was one of the first things I noticed, because he shouts, he's going to make you defecate. And I went, that's a bit weird, but it's Ozzy. You crack on, mate. You never noticed that when you listen to the single?
No, I didn't, actually. It only came through to me on the third listen today.
On the third listen?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's sometimes, I'm listening to like the music and I'm trying to listen to guitars and the drums and the vocals and everything else that's going on.
I was trying to say earlier, I always fixate on vocals for the most part.
I'm going to say, dude, it's a fucking Ozzy album. You listen to Ozzy.
You're right.
No, because if I want to, the thing is, if I want to just listen to Ozzy, I should just listen to a cappella Ozzy. And he's listening to all the elements.
Does that exist?
It should do.
I hope so,
Probably should do.
I don't think it should.
All right now. But no, the defecate thing was weird. I found it very, very weird.
To be
I'll
fair,
make you
there's
scream.
many...
I'll make you defecate.
There is many a weird lyric
I was going to say...
Should we talk about Scary Little Green Men?
No,
let's talk about Eat Me, and then we'll go to that.
I was going to say, like, yeah, Scary Little Green Man's on there.
Right, hang on. But we'll let you crack on in a second. Paul, you look up the lyrics for Scary Little Green Man. I'll look up the lyrics for Eat Me. We'll get prepared, all right?
All right.
Right, Badger, you crack on.
I will say, at this point, I really enjoyed this album, and in no way does Ozzy's lyrics obtain to that. Because Ozzy's lyrics are fucked, right? And I will say that now. I just liked it as, obviously, just enjoying Ozzy's singing voice and the music behind it. Straight Tale's a good opener. There are certain tracks on this album that aren't great. Like the second track, All My Life, isn't that good. And the song he did with Elton John isn't good either.
I love that single.
I really don't like it.
I really like that song.
I think it's such a plunge. Because, like, what I like this album is, like, Straight Outta Hell's a good starter. All My Life is very weak, I feel. But then, like, fucking Goodbye is such a good tune.
Yeah, Goodbye. I really
tune.
enjoy Goodbye. I agree with All My Life. It's just it's nothing special. It's nothing interesting really in that track.
I think the thing with Goodbye is, I think what has me straight away is like the fact that
Yeah,
it's like the very Black Sabbathy bassy sound. It's like Black Sabbath. So every time Ozzy does something that's a bit Black Sabbath, I'm like, you have me, Ozzy. Tell me more. And I'm kind of fucking sold. Then going to Audium, I'm like, it just kind of brings it down for me.
I love him.
A little bit.
I've had that literally on a playlist since we finished with single. I know both of you went into it. I do understand.
It's not the Elton John thing. I'm not saying it's nothing to do with Elton John. It's just the song as a whole. It's that very slow, ballady Aussie song and like that kind of 80s rock song I just don't have time for.
I do. Like, weirdly, when it comes to this level of rock, in general, this is far from what I'll go for.
What's the last one he did? It's the one with Changes. Was the last kind of one I remember that he did. Like
a decade ago.
Yeah. That's the last one I remember.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you talk about when he did it with Kelly Osbourne, not the original Changes that came out with Black Sabbath.
Yeah. The slow one.
No,
yeah, the one with...
I'm just saying that Changes came... Black Sabbath brought out Changes, and then he releases a single again with Kelly Osbourne. It wasn't just in...
Okay. Remember that time
trying to educate you.
Okay, all right. But I think I generally think that Ordinary Man was like a bit of a... Not the best track. But then I think after that, Under the Graveyard, Eat Me.
Under the Graveyard is still fucking fantastic. I really love that track.
I really like to Eat Me. And again, you're going to talk about lyrics. We'll go into that now. But before you do, I generally like the sound of the song.
Honestly, that's fine. And that, for me, goes for the majority of songs on here.
Yeah.
But you get ready, Paul. At the moment, it's my time. It's Eat Me. And let me read you some lyrics from Eat Me. I am on the menu. You won't get indigestion. I even come with dessert. I'm not your poison. You won't need medication. Your insides won't even hurt. Was he just on the toilet having a bit of problems? And
I feel like that he's borrowed lyrics from Shark Sandwich from Spinal Tap.
No, Eat Me opens up with that fucking like harmonica. It sounds like some good, almost like old school like Sabbath vibes with it.
This is it.
It sounds great, but those lyrics are just they almost like the Ice-T's Bum Song, which I will only refer to it as. In the same way, it did. The lyrics were quite poor to the point where it did make me go, "Oh, you sort of lost the song on me now," because all I'm thinking is, you said indigestion.
I mean, he said defecate about 20 minutes before.
he is 71-year-old, so at the end of the day, he probably does defecate himself and have indigestion. Give the guy, he's right in his wheelhouse. Jesus. But no, I think
the chorus is, you said you could give the dog a bone. I mean...
You can.
These are facts, to be fair.
They're very open to it. They're just solid facts.
They're big fans.
I know, right?
But no,
it's commonly known that dogs like bones.
But no, I completely agree. I think that song sounds actually really good. I love the opening. I love the vibe to it. But yeah, those lyrics are fucking hilarious.
I think, generally, so I'm not going to bog it down. I was kind of doing track by track, but we're going to... But I think, besides All My Life and Ordinary Man, I think this album's pretty solid. I was, fucking enjoying it. And I listened to this 3 times, and I was not, begrudged to listen to it again. I was like, oh, well, listen to Ozzy album again. Oh, I'll listen to Ozzy album again. I really wanted to. Hence why I listened to it 3 times in one day.
I listened to it 4 or 5 times today.
It's really good, man. And I think it's it's one of the things I felt a bit kind of bad because in a sense where last week we did Cavello Attack and I was kind of crapping on bands doing that classic rock metal sound.
Yeah.
But when it's a guy who's been doing it continuously for 50 years or however long
you just have no time for new bands to do it, do you?
Yeah, that's it. If you're a new, fresh band trying to do a sound from the 60s, don't want to hear it.
60s?
Yeah, because he's from the 60s.
Yeah, but it's you don't look at this as 60s music. You look at this as more old 70s.
Right, 70s don't be pedantic.
Yeah, well, all
right, you fucking...
That's what I'm here for.
Don't defecate. Right, so...
So give a dog a bone, man.
And we're going to bring up to modern day in a bit with Post Malone Fuck Me. So...
Oh, no, we got so much more.
I kind of felt a bit hypocritical, kind of slamming... Not slamming, but criticising Cavello Attack last week for doing it, but then loving this.
Mm.
But this is what I expect from Ozzy. This is what I kind of want from Ozzy, in a way.
Yeah.
I don't want Ozzy to do something different, which he does, which is great, which we'll talk about in a minute. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's fucking bang on for Ozzy. And, even, jumping to Scary Little Green Men. That sounds cool.
You got the lyrics ready, Paul?
Oh, I got the lyrics for
again, I will interlude with... I did not listen to the lyrics properly. Just the tune itself is very good and enjoyable. It's very stoner, rocky sound, which is very Black Sabbath, and I enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, before I start taking the piss out of the lyrics, which I am going to do, Ozzy's one of those weird things. I recognize the legend that he is, and I respect him for everything he's done for music. But Sabbath and Ozzy solo stuff is just stuff that I don't really listen to. It's one of those things that's just missed me. And this is good. This album's good. There's some really good standout bits on it. But the bits that stand out for me are the bits that sound the least like Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath, because they're the bits that I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And again, we'll talk about that in a minute, but my favourite song is one of the last songs on the album, which is one with Post Malone on it.
Yep.
And it's that's the one that sounds the least like I'd expect a solo Ozzy album to give me. Yet it's a genuinely amazing song.
I feel like we're all gonna have a jump in on the track, which I'm assuming you're talking about.
But before we get there,
I really want to pressure that we should not talk about the last 2 tracks until we talk about the last 2 tracks.
Yeah,
I don't want to jump into them.
Yeah.
Could we have
right? So before we get there,
yes.
Paul.
Yes. I have some lyrics for you.
Do tell. Story time with Paul.
So, Scary Little Green Men. I'll just give you the pre-chorus because these are the best lyrics.
I remember some of the lyrics in this song.
So they want us. They need us. They might just try to eat us. They'll greet us. Deceive us. Say, take us to your leader.
I mean, the guy has trouble speaking.
I mean, he has done 50 years of drugs.
Yeah, right.
The thing is, I'm laughing, but the song is decent. It's a damn good, Aussie song.
And also just
but those lyrics are fantastic.
A little sidebar of this, just a random sidebar. I mentioned before we started recording, for some reason today they put a teaser out for this song.
Mm-hmm.
The day the album comes out,
Yeah.
Put a teaser out the day the album comes out, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's a little teaser, little video and it's of a hooded figure who's meant to be Ozzy Osbourne walking down a corridor, looks like an asylum or something, and it's Jason Momoa.
Of course.
Just pretending to be Ozzy Osbourne, which is
cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa loves his rock.
Yep.
Quickly before we dive in on the final track or tracks.
I will say I need to talk about those first two tracks first.
What's that?
I want to talk about those two tracks first before we all get into the chaos that's going to be. I can sense the chaos.
Well, I just
already bubbling below the podcast surface.
I just wanted to quickly talk about Today's the End, because did anyone else feel like the chorus in that speeded up a bit, right? Mm-hmm. And you might have to go back and listen to this. I appreciate this might completely just be me. Speed up that chorus a bit. Put Mark Hoppus on the vocals. That could be on the new Blink album.
Okay.
It's honestly, that was the weirdest vibe. I think it sounded fucking great. I think that was the weirdest Aussie or non-Aussie vibe I've heard on an Aussie album though.
I think the problem with like Aussie stuff, I mean obviously Ozzy probably writes lyrics and does his own stuff. Mm-hmm. But then obviously musically is done by other people. Yeah. And I kind of listened to this and listened to the guitar solos and parts, and I think Slash from Guns N' Roses is part of it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Zach Wild
I don't think Zach Wild's part of this.
Anymore. No. I don't know. But I don't know who writes this stuff. Like, I don't know who writes the music. And there's obviously someone going, make bits sound Black Sabbath. Because people want to hear Black Sabbath. And it's Ozzy. So they go, okay, we'll do that. But then the rest of it must be kind of like sort of free reign. I can't imagine Ozzy. Obviously, Ozzy must have some say in it. But so I'm kind of interested to see kind of the writing credits and like how this comes together.
See, I was quite intrigued by that. I was going to look at
which kind of, I feel, brings us to what I consider to be the last song on the album.
Yes.
It isn't.
It is.
It should be.
It is.
So, right. For purpose and tense, I will say the last song on the album is It's a Raid.
Correct.
Yes. So It's Raid is fucking great. And it's so fucking different from the rest of the album. It's like a weird punky...
Yeah.
I guess like punky...
Yeah, it broke my tiny little mind.
Yeah. I was... Because the rest of the album was like, yep, this is Ozzy. This is what I expect from Ozzy. This is fine. And it's 10, 12, whatever tracks of that. And you kind of get to... And then it... Holy for Tonight finishes, and you go, yep, that was all Ozzy Osbourne. That's exactly what I expected. And then It Erased starts. You go, what the fuck has happened? And you think you've just blended to another fucking album, until Ozzy's voice comes and you go, what the actual fuck? It's like this weird punk Black Sabbath Ozzy Osbourne track thing with thrash. Post Malone on it, thrash.
Yeah, it's like a glam thrash metal rock album, and it's like
fucking great.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah,
we all agreed. Like that track is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's
can I also say that like Post Malone is actually genuinely good on that song as well.
Now I completely agree with you, Paul. I know Badger does not.
Okay, no, actually, I'll tell you now. I don't like Post Malone.
I'm not like a big.
He's good on this track.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
hey, that's the first time he's admitted to it. Yeah.
Thing is, I Post Malone, I could take him or leave him. I don't really give a shit about him. I just think he's a bit overblown in the pop world or whatever. Most artists are. That's the way the pop world works. Everyone's blown up for like a couple of days, and then next thing happens. That's Post Malone right now, I guess. But on this track, the vocals are great. It works well with the track.
There's no aspect of that song that doesn't work for me.
No,
I love it from beginning to end.
Generally,
I think it's amazing.
If you hadn't told me it was Post Malone, I would have just enjoyed it. And I was only kind of like...
you were just sort of ready to be a bit put off when they came in. Yeah.
Considering the last thing he did with Ozzy, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
But no, from the opening to this to as it ends with Ozzy screaming, fuck you all. It's fucking fantastic.
That's the thing, this song is like... The only thing I'll say with this song, like, it's constantly, it's super fun. It's energetic as fuck. Ozzy's going for it. Post Malone's having some good elements. It's just constant fun, good times. The end's fucking all over the shop. It's great. Sounds fucking energetic, like thrashing about and stuff. And fucking Ozzy goes, it goes fucking crazy! And like, the only thing with that is, it's not the best time to go fucking crazy. Because he says, let's go fucking crazy. And it kind of slows down a bit. And like, should probably kicked it back in there a bit. And then, because you're playing it at a show.
This is new territory for him, alright?
But no, I was thinking like, as a live aspect, if you play that at a show, you go, fucking crazy. You want to go,
oh god, this is never getting played live.
He might do, you don't know. New album tour, if he does it. But then, as you get to the end of this song, And like the last thing he says on the song is "fuck off."
No, he says "fuck you all."
Fuck you all. That's it. Sorry. Like "fuck you all." It ends. It's like that.
Yes,
is the best fucking because this could be the last Ozzy Osbourne album ever. This could be the last thing Ozzy Osbourne ever puts out as a recording, and that would be the best fucking way for it to end. Fuck you all. End. Ozzy's out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Amazing.
No,
Mic drop.
because some fucking cunt decided to put the fucking Post Malone single as an outtrack for this album.
This isn't also. This song was on Post Malone's last album.
Yeah.
So this song is now on 2 albums.
So the song you're talking about is Take What You Want, which is the Post Malone song.
Also, like, if you go back, we reviewed the song personally. It's really not bad. I quite enjoyed it. It's not for me, but it's alright. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Can you name another song which is on 2 completely different albums? I'm not sure if this is a Spotify thing, like a digital thing. Like, if I was to go to HMV tomorrow and pick up this CD, will this track be on there? If it is, I'd be fucking livid. Because that's dumb. Like, I feel like this album came to a natural, like, intense, awesome finish to what probably will be the last Ozzy Osbourne album. And then you get this afterthought, which kind of seems like a bit of a way to get some extra streaming listens to Post Malone's last track. I don't get it.
So the quickest of Google searches, it puts this as the last song.
I don't get it.
It's just...
If this is corporate, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
My only thought is, because they put that Post Malone song out with Ozzy as guest vocals, and everybody went, and like a generation went, oh, it's nice for Post Malone to give this old guy a chance, or this unknown artist a chance, because a lot of people didn't know who the fuck Ozzy Osbourne was, because kids are
not
fucked.
millennials, what is it?
The generation we haven't decided what they're called yet. X?
Z.
Y? Z?
I think it's Z.
TikTok generation.
Like I said earlier, the twats.
Yeah.
Younger than us generation. Yeah, but I generally think this is like a whiplash kind of reaction to like people not remembering who Ozzy is, and the record label went, oh fuck, no one remembers who Ozzy is. Let's put that Post Malone song on Ozzy's album because then people will buy the album because it's got that Post Malone song on it.
Yeah,
fuck off.
I don't know how the conversation went, but this felt like
cool.
a solid, completed, beginning to end album with the Post Malone track chucked on the end. It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be on there. We said it in our review of the single. Like, it's the track is fine. The best parts of it for me were Ozzy's vocals.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever. But for an ending to this album, it was a bad move.
Yeah, so I've just literally jumped onto it. This is not the best website.
Okay.
I've jumped on EMP.
All right.
Because they sell records and whatever else. It was literally the first thing that came up when I was shopping for it. It's on there. If you bought the record, 150 copies of a tape, it's on there.
Right.
It says including bonus track. So I guess it's a bonus track. But then it shouldn't be a bonus track. It's a separate fucking
It doesn't
artist.
need to be on there. The guy releases a single. The guy released it on his album.
Yeah.
You don't release on someone else's fucking album. This is... It's so bizarre.
It's such a shame because like we're saying, like, that last song, It's a Raid, it finishes on the perfect fucking
that's the thing. I wouldn't be as annoyed if it was... It's like, if for some reason this was in the album, halfway through, you'd be like, that's a bit weird, but whatever. It comes down to it finishing the album. It's the last song, and that's wrong, because it ended perfectly. They had the ending. They nailed it, and then someone went, hey, bung that track on there. All right. No, what are you doing?
Yeah, bad move.
But,
Sharon.
I mean, but saying that, from my own personal experience, I didn't listen to it. I found it weird when it popped up, and I was like, well, I've heard that. I don't want to listen to that. So in my head, it ended the way it did with It's a Raid. If you listen to it out there in the world, I recommend you do that too.
Yeah. Skip the last track.
Yeah.
Listen to It's a Raid. Be happy with where it ended.
And by the way, if you want to listen to that Post Malone track, cool, crack on. Go listen to the Post Malone album. I'm sure you'll have a damn good time. You just don't need it on this album. It seems... It's so out of place on this album. It's unreal.
Yeah. And the fact that it's actually listed on like the Spotify listing as featuring Ozzy Osbourne.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
How do you feature on your own album? But yeah, no, like minor misstep. All in all, the album itself is actually okay. Some of the lyrical choices are a bit dumb, but when you're a 71-year-old writing lyrics, then
totally.
Enough,
like I've made fun and joked about it. That did not take away anything from what this album is, which I think's like a lovely surprise for an artist at his age and after his experience to bring out an album like this. I did not expect to be enjoying an Ozzy Osbourne album as much as I did in 2020. I thought it was great.
To be honest, I never expected to enjoy an Ozzy album full stop.
Oh, fair
so,
play.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, bonus is there.
Yeah, I think in summary, kind of wrap this up then. For me personally, going forward, I will make a playlist of this album and cut that fucking song right off.
It's 100% what we will be doing.
But yeah, as an Ozzy album, I think it's fucking great. I really enjoyed it. I've never listened to an Ozzy album before. So this is kind of an introduction to an Ozzy album for me in a sense. I've obviously heard singles and whatever else. If you somehow, I guess there's a whole generation of people who don't know who the fuck Ozzy Osbourne is. Obviously, go listen to Black Sabbath first, because that's what you should be fucking doing.
Yeah.
If you're into metal, alternative rock, or anything, you should really listen to Black Sabbath, because that's where it fucking started, essentially. But this is a great place for Ozzy, I think, to start from, because it's a fucking solid album, bar 2 tracks from me. So I'd say listen to Goddamn right now. It's fucking cracking.
Not including the end at the end track.
This, I will say, my review just
just take that away from this review.
That Post Malone song does not exist in my review.
The
It's a Ray does.
Yeah,
that's great.
I got enjoyment out of every single track on here. Some obviously more so than the other, but yeah. If anything, if it's one thing I actually weirdly wanted from this, I kind of wanted 2 albums from it. I wanted a song where there is more things like Ordinary Man and Under the Graveyard and what's the holy one? I forgot now.
Holy for Tonight.
Holy for Tonight.
Yeah.
Like those songs, because I love those sort of Ozzy tracks. And I kind of wanted now 2 albums where he does more of that, and then there was more of, fuck it, give me all the guitars, give me all the energy, and I'll do one of them as well. But together, yeah, I enjoyed every single thing on there.
The thing was to say that though, like usually it wouldn't be in the realms of impossibility where they would do like a 2-disc release sort of thing where like, here's 24 songs.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, it's probably better that they've kept it so short, because that's usually the trait of an artist or a band like this, where they would drag it out. It's like, we've got all these songs. Look how many songs we've got. Have them all. It's like, this is better for the modern consumer. Like, short, simple. Here's a solid dose, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Rather than like a long drawn out. Like, here's a lot of weak songs and a lot of good songs.
I'd agree.
It's a goddamn it right now for me anyway.
Yeah. I think I'm a perfect example of like the kind of fair weather Ozzy fan. Like, and I think I agree with the fact that like this is a perfect length. I think, well, obviously one song too long, but like perfect amount of songs, different kind of like vibes for each of them. It's a good range of Ozzy stuff, and yeah, all in all, actually a quite enjoyable album. Not a lot I'm going to go back to. I'll probably stick Hits the Raid on a few times, but yeah, for what it is, I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think I will definitely listen to It's Raid a bunch.
Yeah, I know.
It's great.
Same.
It's so fucking different.
I love that I can have
There
that.
must be another Ozzy song like this.
I love that I can have that on the same playlist that I have, like, the Hell douche on.
It's a good year, man. It's a slow burner, but it's a good year.
Yeah,
man.
just think you've just said that you are going to put Ozzy Osbourne and Post Malone on the same playlist as the Hell.
Yeah, right.
I have. It's not what I'm going to do. It's there.
God damn it, 2020, you mad bastard.
Shit's getting weird, and we're in fucking February, people.
Obviously, in summary, if you're metal, you probably heard of Black Sabbath. Check this Ozzy album out. If you don't know who Ozzy Osbourne is, what the fuck are you doing? Go listen to Black Sabbath and this album.
Yeah. Of course.
Educate yourself.
Yeah.
It's fundamental in listening to music that you should check out the history, I think. I've always lived by that. Always know where the source comes from. So
you're being genuine, but it kind of felt like you were being sarcastic and you're going to have a joke at the end of that, but it didn't come. So I guess you're being genuine.
I'm being genuine.
All right.
I always said that because that's what I did as a kid. Like, I listened to metal, I got into metal and rock, and I went back to Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and everything else, and The Cure and everything.
Of course.
By my own thing. So I think everyone should do that because it's important to know your history.
I did the
but
exact
also
same
look to
thing.
the future.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing when it came to my interest in punk music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's why I'm stuck in
you're all
70s.
dumb.
This is
new shiny things.
New shiny things. Anyway, talking about new shiny things, we have a new segment. Gareth is not prepared. So we're done with new music. Gareth's going to do his new segment called...
Don't trust the internet!
Don't trust the internet.
It had other names, but we decided on that.
We've not made a jingle for this yet.
Right.
I'll do it in a year. It's fine.
Thanks.
So, listen up. It's a very simple game, based on something I already do in my normal day-to-day life, so I thought, why not make a game out of it?
Sure.
Hey. Are you like me and you end up looking at Amazon reviews?
No.
Of course you are. So basically, if you're ever on Amazon, you get to leave a review. 5 stars to 1 star. Yeah?
Yeah.
For some reason, people get a real kick out of writing either their memoirs or hate speeches or just generally just trying to test out their like stand-up routine via Amazon reviews.
Okay.
I've always got a kick out of that. And then I thought, what if I take a review of a band, tell the review to you guys, give you an option of 3 bands which the review could potentially be for, and then if you guess right, you get a point.
Yeah.
Almost like some form of quiz game.
Yeah.
With a bonus incentive, if you guess it correct, then you can guess the album and you'll get an extra point.
What do points make?
Prizes!
Yeah!
What are the prizes?
We've not decided yet.
I do have an idea. So
is it more points?
Badger's heard about this. We talked about it. So perk up your ears, Paul. You haven't heard about this. If this doesn't go down in flames, we will continue and do 5 in all overall of these. And after 5, and that's 5 different episodes worth.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoever has the most points after all of it is allowed their own special podcast where we can review whatever they choose.
Cave in!
If you're a fan of Always Sunny, it's basically the equivalent of a Mac Day or D-Day. But in this case, it'll be either Paul's Day or Badger's Day.
Yeah. Or if somehow me and Paul just get them all wrong continuously, then Gareth.
Gareth gets a Punk Day!
Hey.
So the worst thing can happen is a punk episode.
Right, so you're not against the clock or anything. I'm worried because I feel like Badger has a buzzer.
No.
Yeah, 5 seconds, go.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read our review. It may be edited slightly because if the reviewer brings up like the name of the band or something like that, I'll just cut it out. So if you hear
Blank.
me cut it out, blank. So then, sorry.
You're so not prepared.
I know. We did it at the end. I drink during these podcasts. Let's do this.
Straight out through deep.
Yeah. Also, I'm at the peril of my own skills in reading, and then also people's skills of writing Amazon reviews.
I think you must have probably over-explaining things at the moment, so just get into it.
Yeah, I want to make sure it's well explained. I get my game show thing going.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Quiz.
Right.
What is Constantinople?
Istanbul is not
Good,
Constantinople. Right, are you ready
Punk reference.
Are you ready for your first review?
Yes.
Go.
Right. So this was rated 1 star on Amazon.
Oh.
This is not music. I don't find the music at all motivating or inspiring. I think it is just a
Green Day's new album.
I think it is just a pathetic attempt to become the next Limp Bizkit. All of the songs sound the same, and the singer sounds like a 6-year-old. And I didn't say that wrong. They did write all of the song. So
Amazon reviews.
These are your choices. Is that review for Faith No More, Rage Against the Machine, or Incubus?
Oh. That's hard.
Those are some good choices.
Was
Well
it?
done.
Did they say it's like a new Limp Bizkit?
They refer to it as just a pathetic attempt to become the next Limp Bizkit.
Oh, that's hard. I think with that, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. It could be early Incubus. I'm gonna say Rage.
Okay.
I'm gonna rely on the fact that there's like a younger person who's never heard of Rage. That's because it does rapping in it. And
Okay.
so I'm gonna
Is
go,
that your final? So, Badger, you're going to lock in Rage?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rage.
Okay, Paul, I need an answer.
Ah, man.
So the choices again were Faith No More, Rage Against the Machine, or Incubus.
It can't be Faith No More. Surely.
Because you see, the thing is, I'm going to say Faith No More.
Oh,
Oh.
I
know some of their tracks. Go on.
And
Lock in
the
my
answer is It was actually Rage Against the Machine. Badger gets a point. So, Badger, for a bonus point now, can you guess which album that review was for?
Can you tell me some Rage albums?
No.
Can I look up some Rage albums? 'Cause I can't remember the titles of them.
You get
I can't remember the name of albums. I remember the album artwork.
Christ. Well, describe the album artwork. Anything. Fucking hell.
Hang on one minute. I was going to Google Rage.
Just don't be Googling Amazon reviews.
While he's doing that, just always remember that some person out there called Roadblock HD listened to Rage Against the Machine and went, yeah, it's alright, but they're just trying to be an excellent biscuit, aren't they?
I'm going to go with Evil Empire.
No.
Yay.
Is it self-titled?
So no extra points. It was.
It was self-titled. Damn it!
Yeah. It was a self-titled album.
I just didn't think self-titled. I don't think anyone could review the self-titled that badly. It's a quintessential album.
I didn't.
What a dick! All right.
This is the game. That's the theme. All right.
I'm gonna flip this table.
Are you ready for round 2?
Yay!
Okay, so this is another 1-star review. There is a theme. I've only chosen 1-star reviews. They are more interesting. Right, so this one I'm going to read the title. Oh, also, I'll quickly go back. The title of that last review for Rage Against the Machine was just Rage Against the Music.
Terrible.
Great, well done,
Lazy.
mate.
Get good.
So, sometimes I'll tell you the title, sometimes I won't. It depends if they put anything in there. The title is next one, a 1-star review. If His Majesty did not sing, it would make things slightly better, although not in this album.
Is that the title?
That's the title of the review.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
Also, this is from a guy called Gross.
How is this from Amazon?
Love Amazon, mate. Right, so
I do it as a job. I've never seen this.
So this review is the review for this album simply is like a pampered Aussie bum who didn't get his moisturizer for an entire week.
What?
That's it.
Please reread that.
Like a pampered Aussie bum
hang
who
on.
didn't get his moisturizer for an entire week.
Aussie.
Like
Ozzy Osbourne.
No, like Australian.
Okay.
So like a pampered Aussie bum who didn't get his moisturizer for the entire week.
Okay.
That's the review.
Okay.
Along with his long-winded title.
He put more time in for this title. What the fuck?
Would you like to know your choices?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Is that a review for My Chemical Romance? Is that a review for AC/DC? Is that a review for Marilyn Manson?
I think that's pretty obvious. It's got to be AC/DC, hasn't it? Because Australia reasons. It's got to be AC/DC.
Yeah, I'd say it's got to be AC.
I think the thing that Paul lacks, or actually benefits from,
you can't see my
is
face.
Gareth's face. Because Gareth is looking at him like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
You sure, mate? You sure about that, Connor?
I was, but I'm not anymore. But I'm still going to say AC/DC.
It's got to be AC/DC.
Both locking in?
Yeah, lock it
Yeah.
in.
Oh, you fell for a trick there.
Oh,
Even though AC/DC Australian, this guy was actually reviewing Marilyn Manson.
based on what?
I have no idea. Amazon's weird.
What's the title again?
The title was, If His Majesty Did Not Sing, It Would Make Things Slightly Better, Although Not in This Album.
Jesus.
I don't understand.
I read that and I was like, well, I'm totally going to throw an Aussie band in there.
You bastard.
No bonus points going to get awarded. The album was Holywood.
What the
The
fuck?
internet is weird.
Don't trust the internet.
Don't trust the internet, people. Right, you ready for another round?
Yeah.
This is another 1-star review. I will give you the title after the fact because it gives away something. This is from El Bazan.
Solid.
Nailed it.
It's like Paul snorking all the names.
Right, this one's a bit
That's so
longer,
dumb.
so bear with me. If you need anything repeating, let me know. These guys are terrible. They get...
Sorry, I love it when you restart. These guys are terrible.
I gotta get into the zone, right?
Yeah, go on, sorry,
I got, I'm trying to be El Bazan.
No one wants to be Elbazan.
These guys are terrible. They give good metal bands a bad name, and really the whole genre of hardcore, if you ask me. This CD reminds me of trying to take a dump when you're constipated. But oh, so hold on. So there's so much more. Bear with me. Banshee, kill me. Calm down. But only a pebble of crap comes out. So you go to bed with a pain in your stomach. You really have to wonder how a band blows this much and manages to get signed and have a solid fan base.
Fucking hell. This guy's relentless.
It's like one more sentence, hold on. It just goes to show you how stupid the industry is. If you have a chance to pick up the new Trivium CD, Ascendancy, and then you'll hear a truly talented band.
Fucking hell, alright. Fucking...
Maybe it was a guy from Trivium, I don't know.
What are the fucking choices?
Are you ready?
No.
Is it Every Time I Die? A Day to Remember, Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh.
The Trivium thing's really stuck in my head. It's a shame, because the bonus point is the album. I really want what the album is. Because Bring Me had to be early Bring Me, wouldn't it?
It could be current Bring Me and he really hates
I can't believe it will be that harsh because Every Time I Die, so I'm kind of biased for this one.
Remember, it reminds me of trying to take a dump when you're constipated, but only a pebble.
Yeah, that's the key factor of the review.
That's the key line, yeah.
Yeah. What's the title again?
I can't tell you the title.
Yeah. I'm going to say, actually, okay, well, all the bands have got probably good opportunity for shit titles. I'm gonna go Bring Me.
Bring Me? Okay.
I'm not sure what we're gonna go Bring Me.
Okay, you committing to that?
I'm gonna go Bring Me, and I've got the album in my head.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Paul?
Annoyingly, I was also gonna say Bring Me.
Well, I mean, if you want to get those points, I mean, you know, you could fight against it, or you could stick with it. You never know.
What were the other choices?
Every Time I Die, A Day to Remember, Bring Me the Horizon.
A Day to Remember. Let's do that one. Go on.
Okay.
Done.
Locked in.
Fortunately, it was Every Time I Die.
What? What a bastard!
The title of this review was "I Wish They Would Die."
Oh, okay,
A
yeah.
bit harsh.
Right.
You're not going to get points for it, but would you like to guess the album? Since two of you were so devoted Every Time I Die fans, you could not even bear the idea that someone would say such a thing.
Hot Damn.
What did you say, Paul?
Hot Damn.
Okay, what are you going for? You're not getting points for this. I'm just intrigued to know.
Sorry, I'm trying to do math. I'm going to say New Junk Aesthetic.
No, you should agree with Paul. It's Hot Damn.
Damn it. I was trying to think when you fucking that Trivium album came out.
So, no points again. Oh, it's a hard game.
It is a hard game.
It is a hard game.
We've got 2 more to go. Are you ready for your next one?
Yeah.
Go on, then.
Quite simple. This one's 1 star and it's titled is Rubbish. This is by DC.
Excellent.
Good old DC.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Whole of Washington DC review. All right.
What a fucking week to say.
I don't even need to open the CD case to know that this is a waste of time. It's just been sitting on my shelf for ages. Years, maybe. Rubbish. Don't ask me how. I just know. I've always just known.
Question. Why do you buy it in the first place?
People are daft, mate.
Go on then.
So, is that for a review of Fallout Boy, Lamb of God, or D's Nuts?
Oh. That's... when you said Fall Out Boy, I was like, yeah, probably Fall Out Boy. But now D's Nuts. I'm going to Fall Out Boy. I think D's Nuts had a... if you're going to buy a D's Nuts album, you know what D's Nuts are about. But Fall Out Boy...
It's a sound logic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to Fall Out Boy.
Okay, locked in Fall Out Boy. Paul, what are you going for?
I'm going to go for curveball and say Lamb of God.
Going for the curveball? Okay.
I suppose you could get like a Lamb of God fan who'd bought it out of like the sake of owning the album, but knows it's going to be shit.
So didn't want to hurt himself.
Yeah, could be.
Right, you locking in Lamb of God? Do you want to change your mind?
No, go on.
No, okay. I'm afraid that Badger gets another point. Yes! It is Fall Out Boy.
Damn it.
I'm so sorry, Paul.
I hate this game. I hate it so much.
Badger, for a bonus point, can you name the album that review was for?
Yes. I just
Stop Googling the fucking albums!
There's no rules!
I feel like I've given multiple rules.
The fucking... it's sad. Save rock and roll.
No, it was actually for From Under the Cork Tree.
Oh, fuck!
Arguably, a good one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I suppose because that's one of the most popular ones you could have bought that, and then okay.
Right, we've got one more. Have we had fun? We enjoyed ourselves?
Yes, great.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Fuck you two.
I can have good ideas now.
Paul's nuts.
I want a point, damn it!
Paul's got a point.
I do not have a point.
You do not have a point.
Right. So, final
Badger
one.
Badger day.
You got plenty more, but you can pull back some points. Don't worry, Paul. You got to be in it to win it.
Also, got to rely on Gareth keeping track of this.
Yeah,
over 5 weeks.
I have pen and paper.
You got to trust me to keep that pen.
No,
and paper.
it's fine. I'll just take a picture of it.
Okay,
We got this. All right, last one. You ready to go?
Go on, man.
super psyched for it. There you go.
1-star review. Title: This is what American music was like 20 years ago?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm so excited. 20 years ago.
Right, Badger, you can't
I'm
keep
making
laughing
I'm
because
making
you're like a
fucking
trigger
notes.
for me laughing.
Go on.
As the title says, is this really what American music was like 20 years ago? If so, it has come a long, long way from releasing uninspiring dirge like this to modern day greats like Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, and Katy Perry. That is the review.
I can't wait to hear
no.
the Sabans.
The list of bands
Yes. Please, immediately.
you can choose from: Weezer, Nirvana, or the Smashing Pumpkins.
20 years ago. To
I mean,
Nicki
to be
Minaj.
fair, that's 20 years ago from when that person left the
Can
review.
you at least give us the date of the review?
This review is from Oceana Patron,
Obviously.
and it was from the 10th of October in 2012.
Okay. So you're looking back to
92.
92. So Weezer's out then, isn't it? Sure.
No.
I don't know when Weezer out too far. I don't give a shit about Weezer. I think it got that boils down to Nirvana or Smashing Pumpkins.
I mean, you're also putting it down to the fact that the person who left this review knows math.
That and the fact that compare rock bands to Nicki Minaj.
And Katy Perry and Chris Brown.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. I mean, Chris Brown is the next Nirvana. Fuck me.
I'm saying Weezer. Fuck it.
Oh, you're going Weezer.
You locking in Weezer?
I'm locking in Weezer.
He's
I don't
locking
even
in
like
Weezer.
points, so it doesn't matter.
Is it Amazon UK?
This one is from Amazon UK.
I'm going Nirvana.
I'm a man of the Amazon world.
Yes. UK.
No, I actually ventured outside of Amazon
okay,
UK.
fair enough.
But this one is Amazon UK.
I'm going to, if it's Amazon UK, thank you, I'm going to say Nirvana, because I don't think Smashing Pumpkins were that well known in the UK in 92. Or in the UK in general. To someone who liked Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown.
Okay. Right,
But
so
everyone knows Smell Teen Spirit, so.
Paul is locked in on Weezer. You are locked in Nirvana?
Yeah.
I am so sorry, Paul. Badger is correct. It is Nirvana.
Yes, boy!
But can you get one of the bonus points
Oh, shit.
by naming the album?
2. That's this thing now, because it depends what fucking... Oh, no, it's off a Nirvana album, then, isn't it? So it's got to be...
It's off a Nirvana album. We're talking about a Nirvana album.
No, it's got to be Nevermind.
Everything-
It's got to be Nevermind, surely.
Is that your choice?
It's got to be, yeah. Yeah.
Once again, unfortunately, Badger's correct.
Yes!
It was Nevermind. So that was a review by Oceana Patron, who thinks Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, and Katy Perry smells better than Nirvana's Nevermind.
I mean, I agree on the Katy Perry bit.
That has been Don't Trust the Internet. I did a thing. Thank you very much. Good
Yes!
night.
Hey, well done.
Sorry, Paul. Maybe next
Rigged.
week.
Rigged. I demand a webcam next week.
If you want a score count, that is 4 points to Badger, and Paul is almost
Big
got a
fucking
point.
loser.
He's there soon, maybe.
Maybe just some niche bands next time. Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that.
People are too positive on niche bands, I found out while doing research for this.
Probably only people who like niche bands.
Yeah,
review
totally,
niche
exactly.
bands. Yeah. Fucking Chris Brown to Nirvana. What the fuck is that, man? Anyway, cheers for that,
Just
Gareth.
You're welcome.
That was good. I enjoyed that. We will now do that weekly, I guess.
Great.
Until I inevitably win.
You say fuck, that's more effort than it looks. I went through so many goddamn reviews.
At least you're doing some work now for the podcast. So.
Great, yeah.
So just turn up and drinking my dark fruit. It's fine.
Your dark fruit?
It's in my house, isn't it?
Paying good money for that.
Thank you very much for everyone. We have been the 3 Idiots on a Standard podcast. We'll be back next week, as always. It's really throwing me off that game. I'm not ready for the...
Look how happy you are as we finish
I'm
now. You're
buzzing.
so upbeat and ready to go. You're full of energy.
It's throwing me out.
Fuck
We're
you.
back next week. I don't know what's out next week. Something is.
Stuff and things.
Nothing things. Yeah, we're back next week with whatever music comes out. There's probably an album that I forgot about. Gareth put his fist in there, so it's probably a punk album.
Oh, no.
No, it's not a punk album.
I got excited, but then I realised it's in 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
Pairs is out on the 6th.
Oh, okay. Soon, we'll review Pairs.
Yeah. In between, who knows?
Who knows? Who's to say?
Maybe this game will be extended to 2 rounds.
Depending on how much music we have. Anyway, we're back next week with whatever happens musically. News and shit. And obviously this new game, which is throwing me right off my axis. Thank you very much for listening. If you want to do a cool thing and support us, you can do so by leaving an iTunes review. It helps us in the algorithm, because the internet. Also, please follow us on social media such as Twitter at Loud Noises Pod UK, Instagram at Loud Noises Pod, or just look for us on Facebook, Loud Noises Podcast. It'll probably come up. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. You got better things to do. And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
We did it. Cheers for listening.
What more do you want?
It's been a hot 2 hours and 10 minutes. The hottest.
Quiz.
We agreed on things too much. It won't happen next week. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. Love fest.
We're back to negativity. And
to be fair, it's good to end with Paul with having 0 points because it keeps him on that negative edge.
Fuck you.
And that's how we should end it. Yeah. Same as Ozzy should have ended it with a fuck you.
Fuck you all.
Goodbye. Fuck you all.
And fuck
now
the
here's a
Tories.
Post Malone song. Say bye, everybody.
Fuck the Tories. Fuck the Tories.
Bye, everybody.
Fuck the Tories.
Fuck the Tories.
Fuck the Tories. Fuck the Tories. Fuck them all.